748 episodes of the WCB podcast. Thank you for tuning in on this beautiful November Thursday morning. If you're listening in real time, if you're up to date, but you know, it can really be any time or any day that you want to listen to this. So wherever you're at, I hope you're doing great. This episode is a very special episode for obvious reasons of the title. It only took the WCB crew this long to kill a deer of this caliber. I'm kidding. Herr brings this buck in, and what a moment for us. So while you tune into this episode, understand the peak high emotions and how happy everybody is for Lee, and maybe the few beers were consumed before, you know, after Bucky and I got serious and measured it, and then we celebrated with Lee, you know, as responsible as possible, I might add, because he wanted to tell the story as clean as he could, you know, and in the best mindset as possible for probably the biggest podcast that Lee will ever record, and, you know, about the biggest deer that he probably will ever shoot. So congrats to Lee again, very deserving of an animal like this. This guy appreciates this thing. If you don't know Lee, you've never met him at a show, the dude loves whitetails and he appreciates them. I think he falls to sleep with this rack in his bed between him and his wife. I think he eats dinner with it on his lap. It's fucked up, really. We got to check in on him and make sure he's doing okay mentally. I'm just kidding. He's great. But so you know, that's where we're at in the mental state of recording this. We're just all so thrilled for Lee. What a special animal, and the story is awesome. So hope you enjoy the episode. To get to the business, coming up, we have a Black Friday sale that will be launching soon for WCB merch, and we have a revamp of the website and a bunch of stuff on the way. We got some trade show announcements that are coming. I'll get our schedule and everything going on there. We're going to be at ATA show. That is one that's coming up. The first 2 days, it's like traditional ATA, and then it's like the Archery Bowhunting Super Show for the second 2 days, first week in January in Indianapolis. So we'll be there, and we're going to do some podcasts and stuff like that. So I'll have a more accurate, updated tour with dates and locations updated on the next episode. But the podcast is presented by, and all WCB podcasts are presented by, Grizzly Coolers. Always on the hunt. They have the Alpha hunting blind. They have the water trough. Grizzly is killing it in the hunt game. It's primarily a cooler company that supports hunters and 2A and veterans and good fucking people, American made. I don't know how you can argue with that. I love Grizzly. Code WCB works for everything at grizzlycoolers.com. It's a great company to support. Latitude Outdoors is a partner of the WCB podcast. The Method 3 is a saddle I run. I'm actually going to grab my setup that I left in the tree after killing my deer, and Jordan and I are going to Indiana. So we're going to go hang and bang and just see what we can figure out. No intel, so it'll be a lot of fun. We're just kind of going. No trail cams. We're going to just wing it and go hunt. So that's fun. Check out Latitude. Code WCB 2025 is the new code. Big Time is a partner of the podcast. Big announcement. We just renewed with a 3-year deal with Big Time. We've been partnered with Big Time for a long time. And I pretty much talked to Joe. I'm like, I'm tired of doing this every year. We're homies. He's like, agreed, let's do it. So lots of Big Time in the future of WCB. So very thankful for that partnership. Code WCB 2025. That is changing to just WCB. Huntworth right now is Black Friday deals going on, 40% off. So during those sales, the codes don't work, but normally our code's WCB15. I suggest just going and taking advantage of this 40% off sale for Black Friday. So get in there, take advantage of that. Hoyt Archery, what do you guys think? The AX3, the RX10 came out. That new Georgia clay color just dropped. I shot them at F6 in Montrose, Iowa the other day, and I think that Georgia clay color is fucking sick. It's even better in person, if you want to know the truth. I like it. I'm normally not a fan of crazy colors on bows. Not that this color is like real crazy. It's just different. I like it. I don't know if I'm going to shoot it. I'm thinking about it, but I love the color Georgia clay. Somebody in our crew will have it 100%. Loophole Optics is a partner of the WCB podcast and has been for years. I'm excited. 12x50s are what I run, and sometimes I wish I had 10x42s. It's a lot of zoom, but it works good. Loophole's a good company based out of Oregon, and I've never had a failure. I've never had a blip. I've never had a what the hell's going on at all with my rangefinders or my binos or anything. And we run them through the fucking ringer. I don't want to say that we are purposely hard on shit. We do take care of our stuff, but when it comes to the optics, we probably could have done a better job taking care of our stuff, but all the Leupold stuff has withstood everything we've thrown at them, from dust and water to you name it, brutal cold, all that stuff. So Leupold Optics, we love them. We trust it. Check them out. Victory Arrows, Dialed Archery, Blackgate Trail Cameras, R4G Gen 2s, R4G Lite. I think the best trail cams in the market, personally. Aluma Trailers, all aluminum welded construction, made in Iowa. Another great Iowa company like Grizzly is as well. And I think if you're going to invest your money in a good trailer and you're ready to step up above the cheap farm store steel, just bullshit, expanded metal welded trailers, Aluma is your route. American made, all aluminum welded construction. We have them for our side-by-sides. We haul our blinds with them back and forth. We have a tilt trailer. We put the tractor on. It handles all the abuse we throw at it. And it's one of those things, too. We're running them down gravel with tractors and implements and all the shit, and they've been amazing. Great, great product. DeerCast is our choice in whitetail mapping, deer predictive movement tools, weather, all that stuff. Radar. They got the wind check feature. They have DeerCast Past on there now, where you can calculate, you can plug in data from daylight pictures in your trail cam and kind of throw together some patterns. I love it. I check it 20 times a day, not exaggerating. It's great. AAE archery accessories. We're in the works with some AAE and WCB arrow wraps on the way. Evolution Outdoors, the Whitetail Fury is the head we're primarily running. Rat Cub, wife approved taxidermy solutions. We love that. Mountain Ops code WCB, that is active and running. And right now you can get in like early access for some bigger deals and stuff. So go to Mountain Ops, click the link in the episode description, use code WCB, save some money, get some great products, get some energy, get some hydration, look good doing it. We support it. And I think Old Barn taxidermies. I don't know if I said Old Barn or not, but we go to Old Barn. We love Old Barn. They're the best. I really believe that. It gives you a welcoming atmosphere to kind of just cap off the experiences of hunting and successful hunts. You know, the last thing you want to do is go to a taxidermist who doesn't give a shit about the income of your great memory. Old Barn does care, and they do meat processing. So they got it all in one stop. So you shoot a critter, you take it there, they'll mount it on the wall, they'll process it. You can get your snack sticks, which are fucking fantastic from Old Barn, by the way. They're in Fort Madison, Iowa. Call them up, tell them we sent you. Give them a hug for us. Okay, I think that's all we need right now. I think we need to get to this pod. Sorry for the long-winded intro. We appreciate you. We appreciate the support. Please give us some love on Spotify, wherever you listen. Spotify comments are always welcome. Shout out to all you guys that support us there. Enjoy the episode. Good luck. You still have a tag.
Hey, everybody. This is Mark Drury with Drury Outdoors.
Hey, all you deer hunters. This is Jimmy John.
This is Jared Mills.
Hey everybody, this is Caitlin Moss.
Hey guys, this is Jared Scheffler from Whitetail Adrenaline.
What's up guys, Josh Sparks from Midwest Whitetail.
Hey, this is Nick Mutt from Bone Collector.
This is Chancey Walters.
Working Class Bow Hunter.
Working Class Bow Hunter. Working Class Bow Hunter Podcast.
Working Class Bow Hunter Podcast.
WCB.
Working Class Bow Hunter.
Working Class Bow Hunter.
You're listening to the Working Class Bow Hunter. That's right, this is the podcast for Billy Joe Lunchbucket, the working man, just like me and you. My name's Travis T-Bone Turner from the Bone Collector. Thank you for tuning in.
Most people on that pod, those hosts are a little unhinged.
Working Class. Working Class. Working Class. Working Class Bow Hunter.
You're listening to my buddies on Working Class Bow Hunter.
Best motherfucking podcast on the planet.
It is episode, it doesn't even matter anymore, of the WCB podcast. And we are recording this during the time of recording in real life. It is November 7th, 2025. Possibly one of the best days of hunting, the best weeks of hunting. It's a week we all live for. We're here with most of the boys. Some boys are missing because everybody's hunting, doing their thing. But it's myself, Kurt Geyer, speaking.
Austin Chandler.
Lee Herr.
We got
Devin Leonard.
Devin Leonard's in here. That's interesting. We have
Bucky Islandfeld.
We got Bucky in here, and we got Mr.
Josh Sparks.
This crew is not a normal roundtable of. It's people that are all familiar with the WCB platform, but it's a circle of the crew that has been. Is manipulated the right word? Pieced together.
Forged. We've all come together for a special reason tonight.
For a certain situation.
Right. This was the draft picked episode. Devin's rock hard right now, and so am I.
I think we all are.
We're all rock hard.
Blue Chew, boy!
This episode's brought to you by Blue Chew. You could have this ad. We'll talk at another episode. Send me an email. Kurt at workingclassbowhunter.com. That's a mistake. I said my email on the podcast.
Yeah, that was dumb.
And here's my phone number while we're at it, 309. Man, it's a special time. It's a special time. Deer are dropping, and Lee is in the guest spot on this episode for a very special reason. Lee, who are you anymore? I don't even know you. I don't know if I can speak to you the same way.
Oh, shut up.
What the hell happened? I don't even know where to go with this, dude. It's like once in a lifetime moments happen in the last several days. It's been a killer week for WCB.
It's been insane.
Like, and I'm talking the core group. Like,
yeah.
You talk about Team WCB, all our close friends. If you know, it's a staff, it's a team, but they're all our close friends. That's why it's a team. But like the core group of WCB, it's been nuts.
The amount of top end deer that have been killed by the first week in November is unlike anything that I can remember in 29 years of bow hunting.
I was talking to somebody out there earlier, and I think this is the best year for big whitetails that I've experienced in my life. You know, from just not necessarily people I know personally, like right close personally, but just what I've seen and heard. I think it's up there with the top of biggest deer killed in a year.
Yeah.
I wonder what is it? What's the reason for it? Go ahead, Lee.
Wet spring.
Lots of moisture. Clear up
summer,
into July.
Wet spring.
Yep.
Or cold winter. Sorry, wet spring.
Yeah.
Yep. Lots of moisture clear up into July.
Yeah, right. And then it got dry as shit, but all the good shit had already happened.
Yeah.
Then.
They were done growing by that point.
It's a fun thing to see, and it's it's like the season's really at the time of recording has only been open a month and a week, and it's like it's crazy because it seems like our crew grinds a little bit. You know what I mean? Like once a hunting's good, we get after it, and so you're like, fuck, it's been a long, but it hasn't been a long season. I'm fucking tagged out. That's a podcast that's happened. It's gonna happen soon. Todd's tagged out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Deer are dying. Middle of the map hunting camp's going on. Devin, the mule deer, Whitetail Devin's here, who is a mule deer guy. Whitetail Devin's in here. So Devin's like, we're kind of ruining you in the whitetail realm, right?
Yeah.
And that's why Devin's in here, because Devin always has an interesting take, because you're an experienced hunter that's new to, you've killed great whitetails, but you're new to the whitetail world. But I'm always intrigued by Devin's perspective on this. Bucky's here because we just measured an animal that's fucking mind-blowing our crew.
Fuck you, Devin!
And Bucky and Devin just met right before this.
Fucking Bucky and I are best friends now at this point.
It's amazing. So
you have to call me Dragon.
Sorry, this is now explicit.
It's all right. It's been explicit since we started in 2015.
It's who we are. It's who we are.
So let's just get to the nitty-gritty here, and then let's talk about this big buck.
Fucking Lee killed a giant!
Oh my
And there's
God.
And then I'm going to kill a 120. Honestly, if I kill a 130 buck tomorrow, bro.
Talk not as loud, but talk closer to the mic.
All right, fuck, I'm getting told what to do. I feel like my wife is here.
You're doing a great job.
If you guys can't tell, we've been celebrating.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. This has been
Lee, fucking man.
All right, dude. Lee, what the fuck?
You want to start from the top, just whole season?
Yeah. What have you done, dude? What have you done?
Can I ask one question before we get started?
Yes, please.
I've been wondering about this.
Yeah, please.
How many years have you known about this buck?
This is where the story begins. This is where the story begins.
3 years?
3 weeks.
3 weeks?
3 weeks.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so how old do you think the buck is? And then I'm gonna let you get back to the story.
Honestly, I have no idea. It's the biggest body deer I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, for you taxidermy guys, his neck measures 31 inches behind the ears.
Bull.
And 29, I believe, is like the biggest available that you can get.
Yeah.
Through like the standard industry forms.
Might have to put him on a muley farm with a whitetail head.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Damn,
when
dude.
you look at the field
Fuck
pictures
Lee,
of him,
dude, this is the mass.
yeah, you look at the field pictures of him, you can kind of get a feel for the size of the body. He's an enormous whitetail.
It's crazy.
All right, bring us from the top, Lee. Story time.
So, starting the season, you all have heard about Carolina.
Yes.
The buck that I had 5 years of history with Carolina. I think I said it on a pot, like the season recap last year, like I'm killing Carolina next year. And I was actually talking to HMD, Jordan Jones.
Yeah.
And I told him, like, hey, I'm October 9th. I'm killing. That deer is dying October 9th. So had a bunch of pictures of him all summer, like amped up, giant, like one of the bigger deer I've ever hunted. Long story short, made a couple hunts on him, never saw him. Neighbor killed him on October 9th, actually, which was kind of crazy because I was talking to Jordan Jones like in July,
you knew his fate
in July, and I said October 9th he's dying. Neighbor killed him on October 9th, and he was
that's crazy. Actually, that's real weird. Like
Yeah.
there's something to that.
Yeah.
Why did you tell your neighbor that? Don't tell him that.
First of all, what?
Did you tell your neighbor? You really told your neighbor that?
No,
He
I
told Jordan
Jones.
Jordan Jones.
HMD.
Hunting the Mason-Dixon
Hunting
podcast,
Mason
yeah.
Dixon.
Yeah.
I'm messing with you.
I know.
So that is interesting. It's like, but it almost builds up to the story of what we're getting into.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a weird thing. You predicted fate of some sort of.
It was strange.
Deal. Yeah.
Anyway, so like, neighbor's a really good dude. Like, we communicate back and forth. Like, hey, I'm gonna pass this deer. Like, what do you think? How old do you think he is? Like, we are hunting buddies, you know.
Yeah.
So he obviously when he shot him, he sent me a text message. Hey, do you know this deer? We hadn't really talked this year at all.
Yeah.
And when he sent that, I just knew in my gut that I was like, fuck, it's Carolina. You know, that deer's dead. You know, he shot him. And actually, that night I was driving around looking to see if I could see him.
Yeah.
In any fresh cut cornfields or anything. And he texts me, and I'm driving by the property that he hunts, and all of a sudden he's like on the road back, walking out to his truck. And I'm like, hey, you know?
Yeah.
He invited me to come on the recovery and all that kind of stuff, which is cool, you know?
Yeah.
I taped him that night. I'm not official, but I taped him at like 190. So just stupid big deer, you know?
Yeah, giant.
And he killed him on the ground.
He was, yeah, so that's the really cool part. I bet it was 3 yards.
That's gangster.
He tucked in a cornfield.
Gangster.
He broke off some stalks in front of him, and he was sitting on a stool in the corn stalks 2 yards off the cornfield edge. And he was like, all of a sudden I saw a corn stalk bend over, so I was like, well, it's a buck, you know, that's an antler catching it. So he's like, I drew, because just in case it was him, turned the cornfield edge, and he shot him at literally like 3 yards on the ground, 190 inch. I think I had him at like 190 and an eighth or something like that. Just a stupid big deer, you know, lots of history, and it stung. But honestly, if anybody's gonna kill it, you know.
At least he did it like in a gangster way.
Right, he did it in a gangster way.
It wasn't a crossbow at 80 yards in the guts, and then he was like.
But that's a straight punch to the satchel.
Yeah, and like,
yeah,
I really
it's a
like
respectful
the dude.
satchel slap.
You know,
yeah.
I like the dude. He's awesome. Like, we communicate really well together and all that stuff. You know, I had 2 sheds off Carolina, so I gave them to him. You know, and he's a really good dude. So like, if anybody other than me was gonna kill Carolina, I'm glad it was him. You know, if that makes sense.
And did it with a bow in a cool way.
Yeah, gangster way,
vertical
gangster
bow.
way.
Yeah.
At 3 yards, so no wind, like the buck
No,
did?
it was windy. And you know, this was a while ago, but basically it was a whiskey wind. I mean, he came from just off of straight downwind of him. Just cooler than all get out, you know.
Huge set of nuts on that guy, but
yeah, he's got a phenomenal beard, which with my neck beard just hurts my feelings. So
kills your buck, and he has a better beard.
Yeah, it sucks. So
Something
bad.
about those guys with beards. They just figure out a way to get it done.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Easy,
I need to
Austin.
grow one. Anyway.
So, anyways, after that, I had other good deer that I was going to chase. A deer I call Cucumber. I don't know that I've ever talked about him, but he's a bully. Not a huge deer. I mean, a nice deer. Like,
When you say not a huge deer, he's a pretty good deer.
Yeah,
he's not
like 190 or something now.
Yeah,
is that what? Not
he's
a
kind of
huge
a 190 snob.
Yeah, he's only 190.
I think he's like 55 ish.
So he's a pretty big deer.
He's a big deer. Yeah, he's a big deer.
So that's what they call a sport fish or
a bonita fish. So yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah, thank you for that. I knew you'd know that. Step Brothers.
So I switched my focus because he's a bully buck, you know, and I do think he has potential to get really big. Like, he's always had a lot of little kickers; they never really grow, and I just have a feeling at some point he's gonna blow. But the previous year, I had a lot of encounters with Carolina, but 60 inches was broken off, and I think it was from Cucumber, because even when I've had a lot of history with Cucumber and Carolina, even at 3, Cucumber would push 5 and 6 year old bucks around the field. Like, if I'd see him and he'd walk out, he'd pin his ears back and walk to the 5 and yes, Bucky.
Where do these names come from?
Yes, I agree.
Cucumber is good.
I'm trying to.
Let's go.
I let my kids name them. My deer.
All right.
So
that makes it
awesome.
fun.
Well, that's fine.
So shut up, Bucky.
I'm like,
No, Cucumber is good though.
I had a buck named Nanner because his tines were super thick, and
that Nanner is the one I'm thinking of because he had tines like Nanners.
they were curved and thick and were like Nanners. And when I was getting ready to name Cucumber, I was talking to my kids, and they were like, "Well, his points look like bananas," and I'm like, "Well, we already had a Nanner. We can't have another Nanner." And they were like, "Well, Cucumbers are thick, you know."
Yeah.
So that's where cucumbers come from.
The next one's going to be called Dildo.
another podcast. Yeah.
So actually, but Carolina, Jordan Jones named him because of where I hunt. He would always go south of where I hunt. Like, I'd see him all the time to the south, and he's like, "Well, the Carolinas are south. Name him Carolina." You know,
it's a stretch, but it works.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like, my next process was,
good job, Jordan.
I'm gonna hunt Carolina. You know, he's a bully buck. He's super heavy, super massive, like rib cagey look. You know, hunted him 2-3 times. Didn't see him the first time. Second time, I was in a blind on an interior advantage turnip plot. Big opening. Mm-hmm. So there was enough sunlight to grow advantage turnips.
From Big Time. Yep.
From Big Time, yeah. So I do not hunt out of blinds a lot. You know, you've got blind spots, you've got everything. So I was looking out the north side of the blind, and I just like, okay, you know, I just scanning back and forth. I look south, and I'm like, oh, there's a deer's ass, you know, coming from one window to the other. And I lean forward and put the binos up, and I'm like, oh, fuck, it's Cucumber. So I grab the bow, open the windows, and by the time I get my bow up, he's at 38 walking straight away. And he ended up stopping at like 53, but it was super windy. And honestly, I'm confident at that distance, but not in the wind.
Oh, yeah.
So he worked off, and I don't remember. That was not long after Carolina was killed.
2 days. It wasn't very long.
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 days at most.
Move on pretty quick.
So, well, he's dead. What am I going to do, brother?
I don't know.
So next
I'm gonna
day,
make a joke, but it's just way too dark for the.
Yeah, good choice.
Right
Good choice.
I caught myself. See, I thought about it. I didn't say it.
Drink
now
another beer.
Move on. Yep. I'll go get another bush light. Yep.
Go back
because what I was gonna say was dark. Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
I had to get that part out. You know,
Just
I had to
say
let
it.
something out. No.
Say it.
No.
We'll circle back.
If he's saying it's dark, Devin, you know it's fucking dark.
Yeah, we're having a high. This is a high energy podcast.
No, I'll ruin the whole show if I say what I was.
We're going up.
Go back in the next day. It's a similar conditions. Honestly, in my opinion, a better wind. And I've got my, blinds are super scent proof anyways, but I went and took the extra measures to scent proof it. You know, I spray foamed all the cracks and flex sealed everything. Like, anyways, so I go back in and I'm sitting. And the food plot's in front of me. There's a nice trail that comes behind me, like a four-wheeler trail. And I've got all the windows behind me blocked out with curtains. Every once in a while I'll like lean back and just crack a window. Not the window, but the blind, so I can see through it. And I lean back and at like 6 o'clock, and this was when shooting light was like 7:20, 7:30, something like that. I don't remember exactly, but cracked the window, and Cucumber's standing at 20 yards downwind, and he's like nose in the air, like
trying to get you.
He can smell something's
that
messed
bitch.
up.
Yeah, dude, especially in a blind, it's crazy like that, you know?
But it was super calm at that point, so I think whatever little scent was getting out was just, and it was evening.
It's like fumigating.
A little downhill, but it was like in a little low spot, so I think all my scent was collecting from the thermals in that little low spot.
God, it's crazy what they can pick up.
Your scent probably balls up in that blind, and whatever gets out is probably thick.
Yeah.
For them.
Concentrated.
Right.
Yeah, for them.
So
you're in there sweating.
I cracked the window, or the blind, and I look back and I'm like, I freeze. I'm like, oh fuck, and I can tell he smells me, and no sooner than I look back there, just and turns and runs, and I'm like, you have got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
2 nights in a row, I fucked up on this deer, the deer that I'm hunting. And that was probably like the 12th or 15th, I guess.
Of
October.
Okay.
Yeah. Somewhere in there. I've got cameras on other farms. What are you doing, Tutus?
Getting beers on.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yep.
Yes, amigo.
So I've got other farms that I can hunt pretty close in the area. And I go check a camera, a stagnant non-cell. I had it on video on a farm that I've had permission on for 6 years, 6 or 7 years, however long I've been there. It was one of the first farms I ever got permission on. And I put a camera there every year and always get some nice bucks cruising through there. Late October into the rut, because it's on a creek, check this camera and pull the card, go back home, stick it in the computer, and just
that dipshit's on there.
Holy fucking
Every
shit.
whitetail hunter's dream.
Holy
appears
fucking
in front of
shit,
you.
Mega giant, like that's the fucking biggest deer I've ever had on trail camera,
This first initial picture, it's a video, so you he does a little bit of turns, you get a pretty good idea what he's got on both sides.
Yeah. And Jackie's sitting right next to me, and she looks at me, and all she says is, I'm probably not going to see you a lot in the next couple weeks, am I? Because I think the picture was, I think I checked it on.
What a gangster, for the record, for saying that.
I think I checked it on the 18th, maybe, and the picture was like on the 15th. I can't remember the exact dates off the top of my head.
It was a few days after, and I mean,
it was a couple days after the picture when I checked it, and she goes, I'm not going to see you a lot in the next couple weeks, am I? And I'm like, no, probably not.
This is your wife, Jackie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Stupid big deer, just ungodly big.
Yeah.
So this farm is
a little bonus.
It's cow pasture, a 10-acre crop field, and a quarter-acre of trees. Like it's small.
Yeah.
But it's on a really good cruising point.
Mm-hmm.
And I call you guys and I'm like, boys, fucking look at this, and I called Josh. I sent it to Josh and I'm like, dude. So in my mind, I make up this plan where there's one fucking tree that I can put a tree stand in. And my plan is, starting, I've never taken a rutcation in my life. Mm-hmm. I've very seldom do I hunt all day, like maybe once a year. So initially my plan is I'm going to sit in that fucking tree on this back and forth cruising point for 9 days. I'm going to take a full week off and both weekends. So I'm sitting in that stand for 9 days straight, dark to dark. And my mindset is that he's gonna come back by there at some point, you know.
Yeah.
I had one picture of him, you know. Like there's a lot of deer that you get one picture of and then they never come back by, you know.
Yeah.
But it was a big enough deer that I'm like, I have to fucking try.
If you're going to commit the time, this is where you commit the time.
Right,
Yep.
right.
Is this the only spot you can sit
on this farm? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This is like your one and only. Okay.
So, making that plan on 10/24, October 24th, another farm. Yes, Josh.
Before you go into like the next development,
Yep.
October 18th, you're up and down, right?
From the season so far?
Yeah. I mean, you were micro decisions away from never hunting this deer.
Yeah, I could have
like,
killed Cucumber like pretty easily. You know, there was 2 or 3 days after I saw him that I didn't have the right wind, so that's why I didn't hunt. You know, so
Yeah, micro decisions is a great fucking add-in for like.
Yeah, I mean,
that's really the reality of most people's deer season.
Yeah.
It's your micro decisions away from your next outcome all the time.
And I think it's important to talk through because as you get to what's in front of us, right? It worked out exactly how it was supposed to.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the big deer Carolina, I think you kind of skipped over it, but the whole off season, you do a lot of work in the off season, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But everything was for one deer.
Everything I did was for Carolina.
Like that food plot, he glossed over it. You spent a lot of time building that, right?
Yeah.
A lot of, not only with the landowner working to get the ability to do it, but sweat equity, right? Big deer gets killed.
Mental equity is like shit you can't really put in perspective. Like I think people who aren't as serious as we are, because I think people think we're into other shit other than this.
No.
Like for you listeners at home, when you listen to us talk about how we're talking now, this is for 3-4 hours before, or what Lee got here at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
It's been deer talk. That's all it consumes our whole lives.
Yeah,
So it's
for
like
6 hours or
does
whatever it's
not
been.
leave our realm. So you're dealing with a special type of mental disability that is us.
Yeah. I care about my family and then deer hunting.
Yeah.
As far as like structural.
You know how in debt I am because of the whitetail deer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you can't fathom it. I don't even want to put a number on it because it'll make me feel weird.
It's also built a living for you too. Like,
Built a living. It's made the hunting has made me my best of friends and community ever. I know all you motherfuckers because of the podcast.
That's right.
But because more importantly because of hunting.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that's the core of it all.
Yep.
At the end of the day, fuck this podcast. We're hunting. You know?
Amen.
Your big deer
I like
gets-
that you said that. I like
That's true. I'll delete our entire library if it means I can keep hunting.
Yep.
I stand on business with that.
That's a statement.
Yeah.
Your big deer gets killed. You move on to your plan. Like that food plot and everything was for Carolina.
Yeah, 100%.
And we talked about it. You're like, man, you know, really happy for that guy. I thought that was super admirable of you, right? Like you just were happy for him.
Yeah,
You know, there's a lot of
100%.
people that would bitch and moan. And again,
You can't
what's
do
in
anything
front of
about
you-
it. You
They let
can't
it
do
ruin
anything
their
about
whole
it.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, just like Lee, we all know this, but the people out there that give him so much shit, I think it's funny. And then there's also like the friend of me that's like, they don't know him, right?
Well, yeah, that's
And-
like select inside group listeners that are like, yeah. But
Yeah.
Bucky, you're right at the top of that
Yeah.
list. I
So,
think.
so Bucky, when I told, jumping to the end here, when I told some of my cousin, who's one of my best friends, that you would be scoring said deer that we're gonna get to, they were like, Bucky, like the one that fucking pokes fun at you all the time. I love Bucky.
Yeah.
I want Lee dead. Buggy leans into all the inside jokes harder than anybody.
so funny.
On anything on the internet.
But
You almost killed the other deer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
it's-
were really low. Like, I think that's a part that, again, I know we want to skip into the big stuff, but when you spooked him the second time, you would have thought it was November 31st.
yeah,
I mean,
and it was like October 12th
Yeah,
or
it's like,
something.
bro, there's a
Yeah.
lot of season left.
Yeah.
and, you know, he's like, what the heck do I do? I'm like, just keep hunting. I don't know. I mean, you always find a way.
Yeah.
And then that gets to where this photo comes through, or the video, you know, and all of us are just like, my first instinct was like, thank God you did not release an arrow on the other deer.
Yeah.
You know, and then you just went on and did what you do.
So yeah, October. I don't remember the exact dates. I think I checked the camera on the 18th. The picture was like on the 15th or 16th.
Yeah.
So then on the 24th, a different farm that I have permission on, south.
Let me clarify. You have already had permission on these places
for a couple years.
Okay.
The first one I've had permission.
So let me clarify. You didn't hear about this deer and then try to get permission.
No,
you
absolutely
already had permission,
Yes.
and this deer was there.
Right. The one where the first initial video I've had for 7 or 8 years. Basically, the first hunting season when I got to that area, I got permission on this farm. The one that I'm leading into, I've had for this would be the second full season that I've had.
How far away?
Undisclosed.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Well, just an interesting conversation, like a mile, 2 miles, like how far away?
Roughly a mile, somewhere in there.
Pretty good distance between them.
Yep.
Between 1 and 80 miles.
Yeah.
Could be a shorter, a long ways away.
Yeah, exactly.
In New Hampshire.
Yeah, somewhere along,
It's
but
in
kind of
Illinois.
short sometimes.
No, it's just interesting to me to look at deer and how they move, especially during that time of year, right? Pre-rut and what they're doing and how much they're moving.
And this whole area is super open. It's patchy, a lot of ag ground, so they move a long way.
And I feel like what we're on now is going to lead to speculation after your story goes out, because I want to speculate on some things because that's fun.
Okay.
But let's just keep on the mission we're on. It's easy to get off the story because it's so fun.
Right.
But I want to get to the mission. Then we can divert and ask all the, stupid questions.
Yeah. Good catch. Good catch.
Thank you. Modern
So-
gentleman, they call me.
I'm trying to read between the lines because I don't know any of this story.
I know, it's
So
fun.
I'm like this.
We'll get the story, then we'll get Whitetail Devin's takes.
Yeah.
All right.
That's where the fun goes.
So October 24th on the other farm, I don't remember what time the picture was, like
Close
after
enough.
dark. Yeah, close enough to dark that I'm like, holy shit, he's down there now. What the fuck,
Yeah.
So next morning I go and super early, don't have a stand close to where this camera is. Go sit on the ground. Go in there in the dark. Bust a fucking pile of deer on the way in. Like, it's not far off the ag field. Like, I get to where I want to set up, and I bet there's 10 fucking deer right there, and just stomping, running, and I'm like, well, fuck me,
What made you want to go in there?
So this camera, from historically last year and this year, typically if I get a deer in the evening going either one way or the other, there's an 85% chance I get them that next morning going the way they came from. Like 85% of the time, I would say. If I get a buck going south, he comes back north. If I get a good buck going north, he comes back south. So I'm like, he came through, like, historically looking at all these, I got to go try,
Yeah.
So I go tuck in. It wasn't Multiflower Rose. I don't really know what it was, but it was waist high, kind of looked like Multiflower Rose. I don't know what type of bush it was. Go sit on the ground 20 yards from where this camera is that I got the picture. Didn't see a lot of deer, but had a 160 or little bit bigger 10-pointer come by. And I'm like, fuck. Like, I'm on the ground, and this is I've got a couple years of this buck, It's a 5-year-old. I'm on the ground. It's
That's
a
a
fucking
stud.
stud 10-pointer. I'm like,
That's hard.
you're
man.
so fucking lucky, dude.
Next year, brother.
Comes in, works the fucking.
we got to name that deer right now. Lucky.
Lucky. All right.
Classic name. Very appropriate.
Works the shit out of the scrape right there. And I'm ranging him, and I'm just looking at him, and I'm like, God, you fucker.
Did you know on a loophole you can hold the button down?
Can you really?
Yeah. Or you can hear in our Unhinged series, I'm like trying to range my Texas buck through grass, and you hear me going click, 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 click. Michael is like, hey, brother, you can just hold the button down and it'll like read really well through grass.
No fucking
Yeah,
shit.
I'm like, helps to know the product. that you're promoting.
No shit.
I didn't know that.
On a loophole, you can hold the button down and it'll
Okay.
active read.
Good to know.
So if you got grass or branches, just hold it down and it'll find the range.
No shit.
Helps.
Anyway, so I'm click, 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 click,
Yeah.
just for fun, you know.
Yeah, you could have clicked once.
Just 17 yards, working the scrape, working, and this was actually a vine. I didn't have any rope or anything, so I used a vine, made a vine scrape, and they were just hammering it. 17 yards. I'm sitting on the ground. I'm like, this is what people live for. Make this type of instance, you know, of being on the ground with a 160-inch 10-pointer.
You're letting it unfold in front of you and not doing anything.
And I didn't even touch my bow, you know?
Yeah.
Must be nice.
And don't get me wrong, it got my heart rate going, like when he was coming.
Yeah.
But I was like, nope, not the deer I'm in here after, you know?
Come on.
White
You were
privilege.
committed.
Yes. And you all know.
I love white privilege, dude. I'll embrace it every time.
You all know how I am. You know, it's going back to junk brow. And real, you know, you've made the comment of, I'm not a killer. But I don't mean that from disrespect. I realize that.
Listeners took it as disrespect.
Yeah. So I am not a killer from the standpoint of I don't have to fucking kill something. But when I get my mind on something,
fuck yeah, dude.
I'm going to fucking kill it.
Yes.
But in your
gonna-
defense, anybody
that.
sitting here that gets a picture of this thing and knows of it in the area,
You gotta try.
it's probably a no-brainer. You're going to let the 160s walk.
Correct.
Totally.
Correct.
But I have
you're
to
wired that way anyways. But
Right.
when you know that deer's in there, it's like a no-brainer for sure.
Lee is cool, calm, collective. How you perceive is how Lee deer hunts. Like, I feel like you perceive the way you're perceived on the show is how you deer hunt. You're just kind of like, yeah, dude. If it, you know, I'll just hold out.
Yeah.
But it's like a few listeners I feel like took my phrases on you out of context.
And I know what you meant.
It's a perfect time to clarify because it's a compliment to your patience,
Right.
And your
I'm strategic.
You're strategic, yeah.
For the last 10 years
not
of
that
bow
way.
hunting-
I fight that like
hard.
I wish I didn't.
Right.
I do. It comes from admiration. Like
Right.
I'm mad at deer breathing around me.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know what it is.
That's why I'm never going to be a 200-inch killer.
That's why I won't be
don't-
ever again, probably
I don't have
either.
the patience. I see a solid 5-year-old in front of me. He's probably going to get laced. And you're not that way.
The feeling of watching fletchings go through deer drastically outweighs my ability to not have that happen.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just a fact of reality, and that's what keeps guys from killing deer like this to guys that are killing 50s, 60s. But I'm fine with it.
Yeah. So
maybe I'll get a cure one day. Like a Xanax might help me.
Yeah, you know, basically for 10
Prozac,
years,
maybe
10 years, I have been like I pick a buck and that's the buck I'm killing or not tagging it.
Yeah.
Or not using a tag, you know. I like to try and interject if you want, Josh. I like to try to outsmart them. Like an old mature big deer, even if it's not huge, I want to outsmart that deer. Like, and that's how I'm wired, you know. So, yeah.
Well played.
Well, I mean, it's
Good
like
job.
You sitting on the scrape. That's why I said, why'd you go in there? Because you pay attention to details that most probably don't, right? Yeah. When you first said, I got a picture of him, I went and sat in the ground, it sounds like you just went in there. That wasn't it at all. Right.
Right. That's a good point, Josh.
And I think that at this point, you've named this deer, right?
Not yet. Not at this point.
Really close, right?
Pretty close. Like right here to naming it. So what I guess we'll jump into that. What I called this deer, you know, I wasn't going to name him because a lot of deer.
Gets weird when you name them.
I know. A lot of deer I have prior history with. And I had cameras on this farm. No previous pictures, you know. So for me, I decided to call him RC for roller coaster, for the roller coaster that has been my season. You know, the ups of having a you know, realistically world-class 190-inch deer that I have 5 years of history with and have passed, I don't know, I'd have to go back and look, but within bow range 25 times in 5 years. You know, obviously when he was younger, I wasn't going to shoot him. But since I've known about him 25 times, probably had him within bow range. And the previous year when I thought he was 5, you know, he broke 60 inches off. So, you know, and I passed him 4 times the previous year at what I thought was 5 because he broke, I mean, right after his brow tine, broke his whole beam off. So having the high of that to then having as much as I was happy for the neighbor, the low of having my number 1 target buck killed, to then the high of, okay, number 2 is showing up quite a bit on camera, to the low of, motherfucker, I just had him 2 days in a fucking row within 20 yards and couldn't get him killed.
Sack kick.
To then the high of, holy fuck, getting a picture of this deer, you know? So just kind of the ups and downs. I just decided to name him RC, you know, for roller coaster.
I would name him HF.
Holy fuck.
Holy.
So yeah, the 25th would be when I go in there. The morning of the 25th, because the picture was on the 24th. See a few deer, some nice deer. Past that one, kind of dies down, so I get out of there. Looking at coming up, you know, like the 28th was going to be the next time I could hunt. Got a few more pictures of him in that time span. So on the 25th is when I hunted. It would have been the afternoon of the 25th. I just bombard stands. Well, not really bombard. I went and hung 2 stands because I hang and hunted that farm a lot is what I did. So I go in and I'm like, I want to pre-hang sets because I don't want all the
noise
of up and
pressure,
down, and, you know. So I go in there and I look at it like, okay, I can either try to be really sneaky and go in, walk in a long ways, quiet, or I can just drive the Ranger in there and be obnoxious, honestly.
Like a farmer.
Yeah, like a farmer cutting trees or doing whatever I got to do, you know? So I choose that route because
I feel like that's always the better route.
Yeah, I felt like it was probably the less intrusive route. Less scent. Obviously, you got the gas scent of the side by side. You know, so I go in there and I hang 2 stands basically. Way east side of the farm, center of the farm. One for westerly winds, one for easterly winds. So 28th gets there, and good cold front. Go in, hunt. It's a northeast wind. We've had stupid amounts of east winds this year.
It's a problem, dude.
Stupid amounts. So many southeast winds.
I don't know what the science of east winds is this year, but I don't like it. Elon Musk changed the winds.
That's why you hung all those stands. I mean, did you think...
I've got a couple good southeast spots. I love southeast winds.
Yeah, you set them up for twice a year, not the full fucking season.
Yeah, I set them all the time. I love them.
What, 5 or 6 days consistently?
And then we had a few days of north winds, and then it was back to
to
southeast winds, east-southeast winds for a long time, and then it's been back and forth for a couple days.
Because you had gotten that one photo, and I'm just trying to remember exactly. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you felt like at this point, I have to get him killed.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because it's like, the distance between the original
how far he's gone, it's like he's gonna move back and forth all over the place, you know. I just assumed. So yeah, I hang these 2 stands. 28th comes, it's a northeast wind. I go in there, I don't remember what time, but a couple hours before shooting light ends, and I'm sitting there, and 2 hours before shooting light, I'm overlooking a big valley. And I can see like 40 acres from this stand. And I'm like, holy fuck, there he is. 350 yards away. Stands up out of a bed. And I'm like, yeah, at 350 yards without fucking binoculars, I'm like, holy fuck.
You knew it was him.
I was like, yeah, oh, that's fucking him.
Yeah. So the F-bombs are so organic with our crew. It's like I think about it from an outside perspective since we started doing video, and I'm just like, I love it because it's just what it is.
Yeah. So
you're giving your reaction. I love it.
I can't wait for Jensen to listen to this.
Yeah.
He'll be like, holy fuck.
Jeez,
Dad was right.
Dad, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't blame him.
So
as long as it's not in vain, you can swear all you want.
Right.
Yeah. From a religious man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Amen. Okay, keep going.
So
keep cussing. Thank you.
Northeast wind. He stands up out of his bed like 2 or 2.5 hours before shooting light.
And by the way, we get a text in the group. He just stood up. I see him.
Holy shit, I just saw him.
And we're like, oh my God,
that changed everything.
Totally, especially from a crew perspective. We're like, we're hoping our boy gets in there. you get a visual, it's like, oh no, he's in there. Like this is a possibility.
Right.
I saw him. He stood up. I can see him. We're all going, oh my God.
Well, to me, it was like it confirmed he didn't just pass through.
Right.
He's on the farm.
He's bedded there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in. We're in the chips.
That was when I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. All of
Game
us.
on.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. This is a real possibility right now, is what we were thinking.
Yeah. So, anyways, he stands up and heads straight into the wind to what I would assume is destination feed source for the area. One of the two. There's a couple. Well, there's probably 2 or 3 that they could be on. And see a few other deer the rest of the night. Honestly, I see a pile of deer that night because it was like the first good cold front in late October. Like, and I can see 40 fucking acres. You know, I can see a lot of ground, pretty open ground. And I probably saw like 40 or 50 deer that night, but I can see 40 fucking acres. You know, it's not like I saw 40 deer within 20 yards. I didn't have a single deer within 200 yards of me.
Yeah. You can just see all the distance.
I could see frickin' 500 yards this way and 400 yards this way.
Good observation.
Well, that was your goal.
And that was my goal
Yeah.
on the first hunt, was to sit there and see if I can see where he's moving or if I can lay eyes on him. But that night, you know, I saw 10 different bucks roughly and like 35 or 40 does. So in my mind, I'm like, he's not going to fucking leave here, because not only do I think from the pictures and the history, like he's one of the more mature deer here, but there's fucking does everywhere. He doesn't have to leave here if he doesn't want to when it comes rut time, which we're at the 28th. So we're 2 or 3
in the rut time. Pretty much.
We're 2 or 3 days from it really starting to tick off. Anyway, you know, sit the rest of that night, and the next time I could hunt would have been Saturday, November 1st. So
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Absolutely. It's your podcast.
And you can answer accordingly to the situation that you've been dealt with this deer.
Okay.
You're seeing this deer where you're hunting, right?
Yeah.
So we're excited, all this stuff. Now, everyone that's listening is probably going to have this thought of other hunters in the area. And I know because of the politics of big deer, which are silly, and I hate them too, but it's the reality of the world we live and the area we live. What is like hunting pressure or politics in this space? The county, the township, however you want to word it. Like,
there's a lot of small properties, so I'm assuming there's probably a lot of hunters, you know, and how far he's moved.
Small ownership parcels?
Yes, small parcels of ownership, you know, whether guys are hunting it on permission or whatever.
40 acre, 80 acre type pieces.
15,
oh, really?
20, like small. So in my mind, I'm like, the amount he's moved clearly, you know, showing up, he's got to move a ways, you know, well,
especially between your 2 permission pieces.
You know, the 2 pictures, I'm like, that's a long ways. I was there in my mind. I'm like, there's got to be 6, 8 guys that probably have had pictures or know of this deer that are probably hunting him. So I'm assuming there's probably quite a bit of pressure around, you know, especially you get a deer like this, people are going to hunt hard for it. You know?
But how, and then you have to calculate, this is my thought, especially like, because I know this thought in real time, right? So I asked that question to see how you'd lay it out, which is how it's laid out. How is an inexperienced hunter that gets a trail cam picture of this deer hunt? Probably recklessly.
Yeah, honestly, like me, I've done it. I've done it in the past. You know, I've had a lot of big deer to hunt, nothing of this caliber, but you know, I've pictures and hunting wise, like I've had several 200 inchers that I've known about or borderline hunted, you know, and when I was younger, I was just like, I got to hunt every day. You know, I don't care what the wind is. I don't care what I bust. I got to be in there in case he comes by, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming there's pressure, you know, I'm assuming that because I know how I would be if I got one picture of the deer, which the first initial time I did, you know, and I was like, I'm sitting that fucking stand every day till he comes back by, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm assuming there's pressure, you know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So,
of course, right? Like,
yeah, you get a picture of this caliber of deer, you're gonna hunt the fucker.
Devin, how
You're
much
gonna
pressure
try.
did the cemetery buck have?
A lot.
Yeah, everybody's on that.
Everybody.
Yeah, and then the rumors fly.
Yeah.
One guy sends a text with a bad.
So, Lee, do you know how many guys were hunting it now that it's dead?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I've had a few.
We're recording this podcast really fast.
Yeah,
this is like,
normally we don't record one this quick, but we were here. We wanted to do a, while it's all fresh and everybody's hyped up about it, we wanted to record it.
It's as honest as it gets.
So far, I've had 2 people reach out, but I'm assuming there's probably going to be more.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just curious because you haven't had any prior history or pictures of this deer through the summer. I'm almost wondering if that deer wasn't pressured out of an area and then kind of pushed into this area.
And
you
that
have
could be
permission on.
because the previous year, I didn't have any pictures of him.
Does anybody?
Not that I know of. I mean,
It'll come out.
I've heard
Someone will.
I want to know about that, dude. Like when
Someone
all this
will.
comes out, and then you get the history of this deer.
Yeah,
A lot will get found out at Iowa Deer Classic.
Well,
I'm
that's-
sure.
I hope that it does in such a positive way, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not about. I mean, you killed it as one of your close friends. I'm really happy for you. It's the animal,
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It doesn't need to be about who shot it. Was it this? Was it that? It's like if you can put together pieces you never knew.
Yeah,
It's your
cool.
story, but
It's neat.
It's his story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
yeah.
And I just hope that locally, that's what happens.
The ego can get stripped out of
Well,
it. Yeah.
Right.
And for anybody that's listening that might be local, if they shot it, you gave.
We'd
two
probably
sheds.
have
I'd
them
be
on the
happy,
podcast.
Seriously, I mean, you gave two
Honestly.
sheds to a 190.
Yeah.
To the guy that killed him, right? And so I just hope that you get that reciprocation, you
Right.
know,
And that's my thing is like, if somebody outsmarts a deer and gets him killed, I'm like, dude, good for you.
With a vertical bow.
Yes, which we can't really crossbow in Iowa like we can in Illinois. So
I
like
would just have it going on.
Shout out to the Iowa DNR.
Iowa DNR.
Hell yeah,
Heck yeah.
Josh.
One love.
Josh.
Illinois,
Thankful.
we got Chicago. It's ruining this damn state.
So after the 28th, I'm like, I've never taken a rutcation, but this deer I'm going to. Like, and I was talking to you guys, and Doug's
I'm like,
record is
Killer Lee's getting turned on right now.
Yeah.
Am I talking to Killer Lee right now?
Is that you?
Normally it's passively.
So assuming that there's probably other people hunting this deer, I'm like, I'm taking the first, November 1st was a Saturday. So Saturday, Sunday, I said, I'm taking that whole next week off and I'm hunting. If it takes 9 days straight, all day in the stand, I'm assuming he's going to be in the area somewhere. I'm sitting all fucking day, dark to dark, shooting light to shooting light every day till I get him killed or I run out of vacation for work.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is my mentality, With the 2 stands I have, I've got pretty much any wind direction that, between the 2 stands.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my mentality going into it. And
Well, wait, you cut him on a camera before that, right?
Yeah, I had a couple.
Yeah, pictures.
Yeah, right. So I knew he was in the area and everything, So he's around, and I was getting pictures about every 2 days, 2 to 3 days. I did all at night, no
Which
daylight.
is super
pictures.
consistent for a deer like this,
Right.
especially.
I was gonna say, what a big change, right? I mean, it
Yeah.
went from one photo, I got to get him killed, to
seeing him.
What do you think was the big change of like, I have now this window, and I mean, we're gonna end up going into this discussion, Mark Drury's Deercast, right?
Yeah.
You were able to make a lot of pre-planned choices, right? But if going back to your point of somebody who just gets this giant on camera, reactionary hunting, which you didn't really do, what kicked into gear the belief of like, I'm taking a rutcation? Because for you, I mean, that's time away from the family.
Yeah.
That is
Time away from work.
Time away from work. A lot of other deer that you have on camera, a lot of other places you put time into. Now, obviously, worth it. But
Yeah, could have copped out and killed Lucky.
if somebody was in your shoes, what was the tip off of like, I'm gonna go all in outside of the size?
I guess more or less the fact that after those first pictures, it was like every couple days, like, okay, he's still here.
Consistency of there.
That and the observation set to me. Like,
right. Knowing that I saw him on the farm, like, okay, he's here. Like, he's bedding.
Here's a big key point that I want to bring up on this, because it's something that I feel like when a guy is a big buck killer, and also I'm curious on your take if you think I'm right, and you, Devin, too, from not being from primarily the whitetail world. A lot of guys that are big buck killers don't cue in on guess and check. I feel like guess and check is too honest of like, I didn't know. I hung an observation set. I guessed and checked the situation and then made my primary killing move off of that. You never, from what I see on content in the hunting space, you never see big buck killers admit, I didn't know, I guessed and checked, and then I made my play from that.
And I think it happens more than you think.
Well,
they're
for sure.
They're not going to admit it.
It's not egotistical to admit that I didn't know, so I guessed and checked. Right. It's like...
Right.
But I think that you made a move on chess. You were playing chess, not checkers, right? Like, that's at least where I'm in the opposite boat for the people that I've met. Like, I felt like what you did was, it could seem, not aggressive or whatever, but like that observation set was so intentional to make you were like,
it was a guess to check, and then it was like,
oh
shit, we got it now, Yeah.
If I see him, game on. And that for me, like, I don't know about your guys' group chat. I mean, I felt like everything changed that day.
But I feel, I guess my point, I love this right now, because if you wanted to beat the guy, I knew he was going to be this area. I said this, saw him get up out of his bed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in reality, you guessed. You had a great guess from what you put together of knowledge, saw him, and made moves off of that. Whereas, and the rest of the industry's like, yeah, I knew he's going to be in this spot, saw him bed, made my move from there. And it's like, well, come on. Can we just talk about how it really happened?
So, so I guess one thing I need to say here as well, and I've told you this, I've talked to a lot of people about this, I have never in my life had a strange gut feeling of, I'm killing this fucking deer.
Mm-hmm.
And after I got those first pictures, even the first video, for some reason in my stomach, I had a weird feeling of, I'm killing this deer. And I've hunted since I shot my first deer when I was 10. So 21 years. Mm-hmm. I've never had that feeling.
Yeah. You told me that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I remember we were talking on the way to hunt in the morning before daylight. And I remember where I was on my drive to my South Lease when you told me that.
And it was weird.
And for the record, I believed you.
I can't explain it, but I just had this strange hankering in my stomach that I'm meant to kill this deer, with everything that's happened. And Jackie said it to me. She's like, before this deer even showed up, everything happens for a reason. There's a reason you couldn't get him killed twice, Cucumber. There's a reason that your number one buck got killed by the neighbor. There's a reason. So I can't explain it, but I had a weird, strange gut feeling of, I'm killing this deer. And I've never in my life had that in 21 years of hunting. So it was just strange,
You're actually usually the opposite. Usually very pessimistic.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm a pessimistic dude normally.
I love Killer Lee. Killer Lee's a great version of Lee, man.
Yeah.
It's my guy. I was like, yeah, dude, I love this Lee. This is a great version of Lee.
You told me that numerous times in the last 3 weeks.
I did, before the deer was dead.
Yeah.
I acknowledged the mode he was in. You can feel it, dude.
Yeah, I can feel that right now, the way that the mode.
But you too, we've all hunted so long. You can tell when your boy is like you can feel the kill is about to happen.
Yeah.
Well, that not only that, but the consistency of the pictures, it was every 2 or 3 days you're sending pictures.
And the pictures they were all, I think, other than that first picture, which was 20 minutes off of, the first picture on this farm was 20 minutes from daylight.
But let you know he's living there. Right. He's not leaving.
In the area. Yeah. Everything was, other than that first one, the closest one was 2 hours within shooting light, middle of the night.
Yeah.
So November 1st comes and I climb into a stand semi close to where I got the first picture.
Is this after all the wind switches? The east is over at this point, right?
Yes, this is the first northwest wind after all those south winds.
No, you're good. You're good.
Climb into the stand. And I am there's a lot of people that have different opinions on when you need to get in a tree stand in the morning. I am a guy where I'm going to get in fucking early. Like, no later than an hour and a half before shooting light. No later than an hour
and a half?
No later than an hour before shooting light, because in my mentality, and I think I've realized this maybe more as I've gotten a little farther and deeper into hunting. I don't think deer blowing makes as much of a difference as people say.
I would agree with that.
I agree with that.
I would agree.
So my viewpoint on it is, if I'm going to bump something, I want it to be in the fucking dark, and then things can calm down.
Yep.
And once shooting light
I've
comes.
watched does blow and bucks that are running run to them. It's like
just because they know they're there.
Right. Yeah, they're like, oh, there's does over there. Some spicy ass bitches. I'm gonna get over there and see what's up. Maybe they're goth chicks. Let's get in there.
I don't care if they're scared.
Do you have that same mentality on like a wind you're pushing?
Like an edgy wind? Yeah. That is my mentality all the time.
The only reason I asked that, and it's a genuine question, because like mine's the opposite. Like I would rather get in almost later.
Yep.
Put less scent on that edgy wind. But
yeah.
Yeah.
And like for this example.
Wait a minute. Back that up. Explain that again.
If I'm pushing an edgy in the morning, like this scenario, I mean, if I was pushing a wind, I would probably personally wait for the thermal to rise.
Right.
You'd rather go in a little later than a little too early.
Yeah, at least at that time of the year.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, and I don't think you didn't have that type of wind. It was something that,
like I had stands hung that were, the one stand that I hunted on November 1st was any west wind worked. Mm-hmm. A southwest was hairy. A straight south was pretty good. Southwest was hairy. West was fine, in my opinion, where I thought deer were going to be. Northwest was fine. Straight north was fine. So basically, south wind to north wind and westerly directions I thought was perfectly fine. No matter when I went in or whatever. So I wasn't really worried about bumping deer, especially on that first one. Looked at access points on DeerCast. I've studied maps a lot chasing deer, but I have studied maps for hours and hours and hours on this deer. Just looking at, okay, how can I entry? How can I exit? Just to try to not bump these deer. Mm-hmm. So that first morning I come in away and I bump 4 fucking deer on the way in,
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's
God,
over.
I swooped way down, way away from where I figured they'd be feeding. Well, I ran into like 4 deer on the way in. Not ideal.
It's never ideal. You're always giving something up.
That's why I go in so early, because to me, I'm like, oh, fuck, I bumped those deer an hour before shooting light. They're going to be calmed down, and anything else that was maybe out in the feed field yet, they're going to hear them blow, and an hour's going to go by, and they're going to be like, oh, yeah, they were just blowing a fucking coyote.
Yeah.
I think deer blow way more than we realize.
Agree. Mm-hmm. I 100% agree with that. It's a noise that's always happening.
Yeah.
How many times do you watch a deer feeding and deer are blowing, and the deer feeding don't even...
Going back to Karen.
Yeah, the doe that kicked your ass.
The doe that kicked my ass for 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
There was not a hunt where she did not blow at something when I saw her.
Yeah.
You got Karen mounted, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Bless her sweetheart.
Bless her heart.
Bless her heart.
So... Anyways, so November 1st come in, bump the fuck out of deer coming in, and it's a pretty good John of a walk, and I dressed super light, and I am sweatier than fuck when I get to the tree stand, and I'm like, wow, great, there's fucking human scent everywhere.
Yeah.
Morning starts progressing, gets light out, and here comes Lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky came by twice that morning within bow range. The same 10-point arrow passed on the ground.
Yeah. He knows.
And not a great sit. I saw quite a few deer.
Pretty great sit seeing
pretty
a
good sit.
giant buck twice.
What I kept thinking when you would, because you said the same thing, it's like, it was okay. That deer came by again. I'm like, you have a mature buck coming by. Your plan's working.
Yeah.
It's not the right buck.
Just not the right buck.
If he'll do it, somebody else will.
A deer doesn't know what's on his head.
Right.
They're that age or they're not, like, yeah. Great sit, but I understand your mission's greater.
Correct. Sit dark to dark. And so I don't see a deer until after like 9 o'clock. I don't see a deer till like the last 30 minutes of light. So, I mean, that's like, at that point, it was the day before daylight savings. So shooting light was like 7:15. So from fucking 9 o'clock in the morning until 6.
That's a long day, dude.
That's a long day.
6:45. I
your
don't see
snacks?
a fucking deer. I
snacks did you take?
ate an ungodly amount of fucking wild berry Pop Tarts.
Wild berry is the good luck Pop-Tarts, huh?
And brown sugar. Those are the top two.
Oh, brown sugar.
Okay.
So yeah, I sit whatever. How many fucking hours that is? 7, 8 without seeing a fucking deer.
Right. Did you jerk off one time?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Timber tug.
Really?
Timber tug, yeah.
Never done that actually.
I haven't either.
You know?
But I'm gonna next time. I'll try it out, report back.
So if shitting out of a stand is a mud falcon,
Yeah. We got Lucy. Josh, you ever heard Mud Falcon?
I've seen it.
Welcome to WCB.
Everywhere. Oh my god.
Devin, you ever pooped out of a tree stand?
He doesn't hunt out of a tree stand.
yet.
You know what they call it?
What?
A mud falcon.
A mud falcon?
Yeah, because that shit's
so we gotta
soaring,
think of a term for
What
rubbing
about
one out in the tree stand.
Timber tug.
If you got a mud falcon, what's the equivalent?
They call it timber.
Timber tug is what the kids are calling it.
Timber tug.
Yeah.
No.
I was thinking more like bird related,
Yeah. Okay. Like
like
Yeah.
sparrow spurt or something like that.
yeah.
Sparrow spurt.
Spurt. Yeah. Yeah. That's actually pretty good. Yeah. Feeding the geese.
Good God. Anyways, so that's Saturday.
Okay. Noted Lee did not jerk off in the tree stand all
Correct.
day. He's
Hold
lying.
on. Has anybody in this room jerked off in a tree stand?
No,
I never have.
I haven't, but I said I'm going to try it now.
Is that what we were talking about before?
Yeah, of course, Devin. What else would we be talking about?
Derail Lee's story.
So
Yeah,
nobody's
yeah.
jerked off in a tree stand before.
Keep going.
No, not yet.
Have you?
Devin,
Well, if you guys haven't, I definitely have. I'll take the claim. I'll do it.
you've done it?
No, but I will because I want to be the first.
Oh, no. I'm beating you.
All right.
I'm tagged out.
You're tagged out,
He's
bro.
hunting tomorrow.
Yeah,
Devin's coming in hot with the sparrow spurt.
The
Devin's
truth
gonna send a
is-
video.
The truth
Buck
is,
down,
everybody in
boy.
this room has jerked off in a tree stand. That's the truth.
no,
Never have I once done it.
I have not, but I'm going to now.
Okay, this is what's funny. Eric and Doug aren't here, so we can talk about it. They're the first ones to tell me that they jerked off in a tree stand, or they got down and jerked off. I was like, wait, what? You really did that?
I'm too worried about deer.
So now I want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, noted. I'm bringing a goth chick with me to Grizzly Blind for a late dose.
No, you're not.
I swear to God I am.
No, you're not.
Jesus.
Poor Jensen.
Hey, just so the
You
listeners
met my
know,
goth chick.
No,
I'm telling you right now, these guys aren't telling the
Doug
truth.
with you.
You have another beer over there?
Mark my word.
No, dude, legitimately never have. Like, actually, so
Can we get on with the story?
yeah. Okay,
I'm sorry. I got to get us back. Hand that to Josh. and Let's talk
hand
about
that
this
to Josh.
giant buck.
I'm sorry.
What happens next, Lee?
This was feeling too
We got to
serious.
get through this story and then get out.
This was feeling too serious. I'm glad we had this little
I
discussion.
know, but we can do this after the story.
Sunday, November 2nd, same wind, go back to the same stand. And actually, no, it was so northwest on Monday, Sunday was southwest. And this is where we had like back and forth winds for a few days. And I'm like, this wind will work. Southwest wind will work. And I'm like, well, I think Saturday when I was walking in, my wind is what busted a couple deer. So I'm like, well, the wind's opposite this time. They're not going to smell me. Well, I still bust like 2 fucking deer walking in. Yes.
I hate to stop you.
Yes.
I know I'm doing it,
It's
but I just
fine.
want to make sure it comes across. You were not. When did you come to my house and pick up those stands?
That would have been.
It was way before all this, right? So
it was Friday the 29th.
once the east switched, you have what? Is it 14 days on DeerCast now?
Yeah.
Is that right? You called me and you're like, I need to come to the garage and take tree stands. What do you have?
Because every
And-
stand I own, I hang a lot of presets. You know, I do have permission on quite a few properties, so I've got a lot of stands out. But I was like, Josh, I don't have any stands that I can easily get to take down to have if I need them. And I knew there was some south winds coming, and I didn't really have a good southeast wind. And there was like 2 or 3 in the 14-day.
Yeah, so it was like 2.5 hour round trip to get to my house.
Well, I was working and stopped on the way back by, but
he was working actually. Yes, it's true. But point being, these stands you're walking.
He wasn't working. He was on his own time.
He was being responsible. I'll give him that.
I was being.
He
smart.
handled his business.
I drive right by
efficient.
Josh's house for work, so I was like, hey, I need a couple stands. You got a couple I can borrow?
But again, I just think it's a really cool feature that we're afforded technologically. Is like you can make really educated decisions, right?
Right.
And you know, one other thing that I think we haven't mentioned yet, like this group chat you keep talking about with all you guys. You have how many minds at work?
Yeah, well, it's
right?
like 8 of us in that group chat.
I think that's super cool. You know, and it gets dubbed group chat. I send an update, but it's a lot of intelligent, different perspectives.
Right. And I have a lot of group chats, quote unquote, that I communicate with. I mean, ours is not a group chat. It's me and you. Our posse group chat. What's there, 8 of us in there or something, you know?
Yeah, a bunch of cool guys.
I've got another one with a couple cousins. And I did keep this quiet. I didn't tell hardly anybody about this deer, you know, just because of the caliber of the deer.
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
But I had my select group of people that, you know, you're only as good as the people around you, in my opinion. You know, I know a lot. Josh, that sounded cocky as fuck. Sorry, everybody.
We're experienced. We're experienced.
You know,
it's not our first deer season.
21 years, you know, I'm only 31. I've hunted for 21 years. I've bow hunted for 10, basically.
Chris is your dad. You do know a lot.
Yeah, you learn a lot.
It's not cocky or arrogant. It's just the reality of it.
Right.
It's not our second deer season.
And because of our killer conversation, like I analyze way too fucking much.
Well, too, and
in my opinion,
and going back to what I was trying
to... That's what makes you good. Like, Lee, I know that about you, but that's what makes you good because you analyze it so much.
Right.
Well, too, that goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's like, this isn't a thing that we talk about for a couple months a year. This
365.
is 365 on a level that most people can't, like, everyone listening here gets it.
Yeah.
People who are casuals, like if you're listening to this hunting podcast at this level, this time of the year, you get it more than anyone else gets it.
I have to peek.
Yeah, please. But I'll continue. But people that are casuals don't really get like.
Thanks, Rachel.
This is a when we talk, this is what we talk about. Like Austin and I have been like, you're one of my best friends. When we talk, it's all about game plans we're doing to kill deer.
Yep.
Like it's not.
Even in April or May, the conversation's usually revolving around deer hunting.
It doesn't escape our being.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful. And that's why like our crew is what it is. And that's why like our friend void is like it's common interest, it's common obsession. It's the best people are hunters in my opinion. And that's why we're all like such good friends. That's why the podcast works.
Yeah.
Because we're not pretending.
Outside observation, I think what you guys offer working class bow hunter, it's crazy to think about, but there's a lot of people that don't have that.
Right. A lot of people don't have that community. Yeah.
You guys offer that. I mean,
yeah,
it surprised me. I mean, having Lee, I feel like I'm one of the most blessed people where I can't keep up with the amount of people in my friend group that hunt.
Yeah. And
then I still encounter people who are like talking about track drives they've only ever gone by themselves.
Yeah.
When I look at just because obviously on like Facebook, you guys have the working class bow hunters, the private group.
Yeah.
It brings a smile to my face every single day where people share their core memories and moments.
And that group's the Wild West.
It is. It's great. But my point is
thanks,
like,
Rachel.
You know, me and Lee were talking about, it's like, I think we take it for granted sometimes. Like it's a norm.
It's so normal for us. Yeah.
But there's very few quote unquote hunting brands that have brought more people together, you know? And while we wait for his ass to get back, I think that was.
Well, I'll tell you this. I appreciate you saying that, Josh, but a lot of our messages, the majority of them are people that listen that got into hunting late or had a hunting camp and the OGs and the people that they looked up to passed away with age or moved, and we do get a lot of messages that acknowledge the community of what our podcast is. And for me, I appreciate that. It's hard for me to get it though, because I'm so engulfed in what we've created. But I do, like, when we talk when I make the jokes I make that seem way off color, I do them for that group.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I do them to try and make you guys laugh because you guys know me. But, like, people who don't know me, if you catch a clip of me making pussy jokes, like, you're like, this guy's reckless. You know, like, who is this douchebag? But people who follow, I'm doing it for that hunting camp camaraderie, because part of hunting camp is talking about big deer and also making pussy jokes sometimes. Like, it's kind of funny. It's funny almost all the time. And it's funny when
Austin, is that true or what?
I never make pussy jokes.
Never.
Yeah, right. Watch, I'll make one right now. But
Hold on.
But you know what I mean, though? It's like, that's the most extreme example, and I say it that way because something that's unexpected is like, all right, that's kind of crazy to say it that way. You could just say I make jokes and make people laugh. I think it's way funny if you say pussy jokes, because you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it's like anyway, that's like the community of hunting camp. It's locker room talk. It's job site talk while being on your leisure. Like, you get your rutcation. You want to be around that energy. It's fun. It's lighthearted. It's not the norm.
Well, I mean, he said it best.
You know,
what you do is who you're around, right? And
yeah,
working class bow hunter has definitely evolved into a lot bigger thing than I think you probably ever thought it would be. According to episode 700, if I remember correctly, that was pretty wild. But
hold on, what's 700? Oh, was that the
from
party
what I
one?
remember of it.
I don't remember any of them anymore.
Was that the 3-hour episode?
8. It was like 8 hours.
Yeah, try 8.5. We took a lunch break. But yeah, so that's just that's just what it is. But Lee's back.
Yeah, sorry, I had to pee.
I hope you had a great pee. Yeah, okay.
I did. It was good.
Let's get to this. Go ahead.
Last thing I'm going to say for you tell the rest of your story. Talk through how you made the comment to me at least November, what was it, 8th, 10th, somewhere there. You felt like if you didn't have him killed by then.
Oh, yeah. So you and I discussed, and we decided November 7th. Like,
that's today.
That is today. With being a big, mature deer and knowing how many does were around, basically, Josh and I were talking, and we were like, if I don't kill him by November 7th, he's locked. Like, it's going to take
Good possibility of it.
A grace of God to have him come by, kind of deal, you know? Which it takes that anyways, you know?
Yeah.
With any deer.
That unlocked for you, though. You stopped thinking, how can I kill him? And you moved your mind to, what's he going to do each day?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
So.
Damn.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun psychology.
What's he doing
dissect.
versus, like,
how do I do it versus what he's doing?
Yeah. Fuck, that's good.
So, yeah, November 1st, like I said, really good sit. Pass that buck twice. Go back in the 2nd, which is Sunday. So I guess back to November 1st, really slow afternoon. Like, I see like 2 deer in the afternoon. I saw, I don't remember, 15 deer roughly, something like that, in the morning before 9 o'clock. 2 deer in the afternoon. Sunday, pretty good morning. Lucky, pass him that morning as well in bow range. Comes back by again.
So this makes like 5 times.
Fourth time I passed
Crazy he
him.
hasn't locked down yet at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's Lucky doing? Just can't find pussy? What a bitch.
Dude, he's got this fucking guy pushing him around.
Yeah, she's got this stud out there.
And what I did notice...
See Exhibit A on my joke?
This is so back and forth, up and down. When I started, I had 2 other deer on this farm that were, when I say mature, I mean probably the oldest deer I've ever had on camera or known about. One is a buck that I have had pictures of since 2019. And when I got my first pictures in 2019, I think he was 5 or 6 in 2019.
Jesus.
So I think he's like 8, 9, 10 years old.
Yeah,
10 years old,
getting
probably.
close to a
somewhere in there.
teenager.
And he showed up in 25.
Yeah, this year, yeah. So I had 2 bucks this year that both of them I've got quite a few years of history with, and just mules of bodies. But when I get the first picture of this deer,
you're answering his question from earlier right now.
I no longer get pictures of those 2 deer.
So he was definitely pushed into there, is my guess.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, huh?
Yeah, if you got two regular old deer like that, and then they just all of a sudden disappear, that means he hasn't spent a whole lot of time in the neighborhood.
Yep.
Because how many years did you say you had him in that spot?
The other deer?
Prior.
So I'd only been able to hunt this farm for 2 years, but I've been able to hunt a couple around it, and I've had pictures of them on the other farms around it since 2019. The one. The other one just the previous year when I got permission on this farm. But he was mature, like stupid big body. But the one he's always been an 8-pointer. Never really named him. He'd come through some of the farms I could hunt randomly, but since 2019, and at his peak, he was like, I'm a giant 8, like mid-60s 8-pointer, like stupid big, big brows, big 2s, big 3s, big frame. And this year, which going back looking, I'm like, he's got to be at least 9, if not 10. He's like 120 inches, each year I've had pictures of him. He's just shrunk every single year. But yeah, like I said, when I got the first picture of this deer, they were every day on camera, those two. When he showed up, it was like gone.
Social hierarchy is so cool.
Gone.
That's very cool.
I'd get, in the time frame from when he showed up to when I killed him, I got like one picture of both of them in that. And it was every day previous to him showing up. And after that, it was one picture in 2 weeks or whatever the hell it was.
This guy showed up. He's like, dude, this place is awesome.
Yeah, look at all this.
Toes everywhere.
Yeah, all these hoes out here, dude. I'm trying to like stretch my legs out. Yeah, it's hilarious.
So November 2nd, hunt all day. Have a really good morning sit. See quite a few deer. Gets 8:30. Deer movement shuts off for me. I don't see a deer until I see one deer after 8:30 a.m. until dark, which at this point, this was daylight saving, so it was 6:15, something like that. So one deer, and it was the last 10 minutes. So then Monday comes back to a northwest wind. And this is the same stand. I've sat all 3 of these sits. Access it a different way. Don't bump any deer. Don't hear any blowing. Don't hear any running off. Slow. Morning slow. And I'm like, the last 2 evenings, I haven't seen a deer after 8:30. And knowing that I had these south winds coming up, I had those 2. I would grab 2 stands from Josh because I wanted another northerly wind stand, and then I needed a wind for southeast winds to be better than where I was. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get down. I got down at about 9:30. Same kind of deal. Run to my house, grab the Ranger because I'm like, he's in here somewhere. I'm gonna go get the Ranger, drive in, hang the stands on Monday the 3rd. So spend 2 hours probably grabbing the Ranger, going in, hanging these stands. Just honestly and borderline obnoxiously loud. Like I'm not trying.
I'm not a threat. I'm a parent. I'm a farmer. Look at me.
Yeah.
I take the pole saw and I'm cutting limbs and I'm clanking and banging, which is most people would be like, well, that's really freaking stupid.
And you're leaving the Ranger on.
And
the level of scare is
on one of them. I did because it was easy.
It's
to hang.
obvious.
Yeah. I just blatantly was obnoxious almost, because I felt like, in farm ground area, they hear side by sides.
It's worse if you sneak in and then do all that and scare them when they're 50 yards in their bed.
Absolutely.
Versus they hear the motor.
It's just the micro details again.
Yes.
Yeah. They see you walking in on foot, it's game over. They see you driving in on a 4-wheeler, they're going to lay on their bed and watch you drive by.
Yep.
Right.
Ag country.
So I hang these 2 stands. Hang one for south winds first, and it was a clusterfuck. Like, my plan, I was going to come in on Tuesday in the dark and hang and hunt. And I was like, I don't hang and hunt a lot. I have in the past, but I'm like, I don't know what's up there for trees.
You're not doing trimming when you hang and hunt.
Right. I'm like, I'm just going to go in there and do it, which I'm glad I did because I had to use screw-in steps, and it was, I felt like a monkey climbing into this stand, but one of my favorite stands I've ever hung in my life, just the tree I'm in, the cover, the area, like there's a pond not far away. And with the heat coming, I'm like, maybe with these south winds, with this heat, this pond, he's going to push a doe into here, be by the water to be able to drink, So all that happens, hang that stand, hang another stand for more northerly winds in case he's not on the east side of the farm like I was, where my first picture was. So hang that stand, go home, change, back into my hunting clothes. I showered to get all the the gas sent off of me, the sweat. Go back out, and I'm like, I don't really like where I hung that second stand. So I walk in, past that stand, it's north winds. Walk in, past that stand, I'm like, no, I think this is the tree I need to be in. So I set my shit by the base of the tree, walk 100 yards back to the stand that I had hung an hour earlier, climb up, pull the stand down, move it 100 yards, throw it back up. So then sit from about 2 o'clock on. I have 2 does come by, which close, but where I had just been hanging that south wind, it's a really nice draw. Like I know a lot of deer bed in there. And I watched 12 does walk out of that draw that I had just made an ungodly amount of noise in an hour earlier or 2 hours earlier.
Did you have high winds or at least some wind
No,
noise?
not that day.
I remember your Snapchats. You were not in high belief that you were doing the right thing in the moment.
Yeah, I was like, what am I,
Well, especially it doesn't feel like it when you're sweaty and frustrated. You're like, I'm
Did you feel an immense pressure because of what you were doing with the buck you're hunting?
Not really, because
Exactly. That's what I wanted to get out of you, because it's like your process, it doesn't matter if it's a 140 to 2.
You don't know what's on his head.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, like, no doubt I knew he was freaking big. So, like, there was the nerves aspect there. But, so yeah, I hunt that night, the third Monday, in a new stand that I had hung and then rehung. And I see 12 does and 1 buck come out of where I had just drove the Ranger into and hung this, made so much noise. And I'm like, well, obviously they didn't really care that much, Tuesday comes. So Saturday sit all day, Sunday sit all day, Monday, basically. I mean, yeah, I took 2 hours.
So like November 4th?
Tuesday, November 4th comes. Southeast winds, go hang that stand. Or not go hang that stand, sorry. Go sit in the south wind stand that I had hung. Really good action in the morning. Like, I can see a lot of area again. Not quite 40 acres because I can't see to the north farther. I don't remember. In the morning, I probably saw 10 deer, 2 bucks, I know, and 8 or 10 does, something like that. 7:30, nothing. No more deer. 9:30, 3 does get up, come up by me, get downwind, and kind of spook a little bit and run off. And that morning, I had also busted deer walking in, because the one thing I noticed about this stretch that I was hunting, all of the days were windier than shit, but not in the morning when I was accessing.
Mm-hmm.
It was dead freaking calm until about 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and then it got windier than shit. And I'm just like, can I just please get some freaking wind to come in? Because if I had wind, they probably wouldn't have smelled me. They probably wouldn't have heard
You can
me.
get away with a lot more.
Yeah,
than
makes it tough if you don't have it.
It was, I mean, when I say dead calm, I mean...
And deer pick you out when it's calm. Deer pick you out of a stand way easier.
Yeah, because there's no movement around you.
Yeah, you're up there moving your stupid head.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, look at that idiot.
So have, like say, 2 bucks come by, a few does in the morning, and I'm ranging everything around me, and I'm like, if he comes through here, my shot's probably going to be like 35. So I set my dial to 35, just preparing, in case I see him. And, in my mindset, I'm like, if he comes closer, like there's a trail at 25, I'll just aim low, at that point, I'm not going to mess with dialing, because my 35-yard pin, there was 2 trails to my east I thought he might come in, and 1 to my west, and one was 33 to the east, one was 38, and the one to the east was 35. So I'm like, 35, I'm aim normal, I'm going to be a little high, a little low. But there was one trail that crossed in front of me at like 23 or 24. I'm like, I'll just aim bottom of body, be 4 or 5 inches high, and, more than likely he'll probably duck into it if he's alert. Anyway, sit all day. Last half hour, 350 yards away, I see a doe pop out and 4 bucks behind her, and he's one of them. It's him and 3 other bucks all chasing her like crazy. And I had, I don't know, half hour left of shooting light. And I'm like, I don't know where they went, but, you know, she was headed semi my direction, you know? So I'm like, there's a chance. I mean, I got a half hour left. There's a chance she might bring him all the way up this edge right to me, you know? Had a few more does come by. One of the bucks that was with one of the 4 ended up coming by. He didn't. Sat there till way after dark because the deer that had worked my way, they stayed right around me. I mean, within 40 yards. So
yeah.
And actually, I got to the point where I'm like, I've been in this freaking stand for an hour. Well, probably not.
After dark?
It was probably 45 minutes after dark. I was like, I'm going to freaking coyote howl. Like, just and spook them, you know.
Yeah.
I spook so many coming in, whatever. You know, I was like, I'm not going to sit here if they don't work off, you know. Which, in hindsight, was probably, not really hindsight, but probably dumb, realistically.
I don't have that patience, man. I did it tonight with like 5 minutes of shooting light left. I'm like, I'm ready to get out of here. I'd bust a doe out and get out of there.
Yeah, no,
Well, like, knowing he was in the area,
than...
it was probably not the smartest thing.
Oh, they hear coyotes all the time.
Right. Well, true.
Like every day.
So they get out of there, and
so this is on the 4th.
Yes, Tuesday the 4th.
Okay.
So go back to the truck, and this is just kind of a funny thing. You know, I parked my truck. I drove part of the way into the farm and parked my truck, so I only had like a 700-yard walk instead of a 1,000-yard walk. I get all the way back to the truck, and there's a fucking forkhorn bedded 3 yards from my truck. And I'm like, what in the fuck? You know?
Yeah, why are you doing that? You
I
don't have
crest
to do
this
that.
hill, and it's super moony. I mean, super full moon at this time.
Moony is a great adjective.
Super moony.
I knew what you meant. It's like, it's pretty moony out
It's
here.
full moon, and like I can see. Like I didn't have to use a headlamp to walk in or out. It was so
the
bright.
beaver moon.
Love a good beaver moon.
Love
beavers.
It's actually factual. I looked it up.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, no, I'm not making that
November
up.
5th was that moon, right? Wasn't it?
It was, that evening you were coming out was...
It was a beaver moon,
beaver
dude.
moon
You didn't read on the beaver
moon. Shit, sorry.
It's the brightest moon of the year.
So, yeah, anyways, I get there, and this freaking forkhorn's bedded like 3 yards from my truck. And I'm like, good God, you got to be, you know.
Tighten up, bro.
Yeah. Be a little smarter, Mr. Forkhorn. You're bedded right by a human's truck, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the 4th. We're going into the 5th.
Yeah, so that on the 4th was the second encounter. I mean, it wasn't really an encounter because he was a long ways off.
You got visual.
Yeah, but you saw
Second
him.
visual.
Visual is visual. Counters or encounters.
So
you paint the picture however you want, brother. It's your story to tell.
Wednesday the 5th, back to northwest winds. I'm going back to the south end.
Yep.
Killing day.
Get in the stand an hour before shooting light. And this is where stuff starts to get real, and I might get emotional here coming up. So I'm sitting in the stand, and my Opa was like my hunting buddy as I was growing up. You know, he really got old enough and quit hunting when I was about 10. Sorry.
That's fine, dude.
And I was sitting in the stand that morning, and it was 45 minutes before shooting light. And I just started talking to him, you know. Sorry, give me a second. Looking up at the sky, talking to him, and I'm like, you know, Opa, I did the same thing with Junk Brow because he died in February 2021, and I killed Junk Brow in December, like the last day of 2021. Kind of had the same kind of conversations with him then of, hey, it'd be really fucking cool if you could help me out, you know, help me kill this deer.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there in the stand 45 minutes before shooting light, and I'm talking to him. I'm like, Opa, you know, I've asked you this before with the first big deer, but you know, if you could basically hook a brother up, you know,
yeah,
that would be great. And this sounds fucking made up, but I shit you not, as soon as I get done saying that, a fucking shooting star streaks across the sky, like right over top of my head. And, you know, I'm like, well, good God, if that's not a sign. that it's kind of meant to be. I don't know what is, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Fuck.
you told me this story on the phone, and all right, I don't know how this works, right?
Yeah.
I don't know because you're about 3 hours from me.
Yep.
West. I don't know how shooting stars work. I don't know if it's like you see the moon, you look at the moon, I see the same moon. I don't know how that works with shooting stars.
Yeah.
I don't know if you see a shooting star, if it's in the sky that big because the sky is so damn big, if I can see the same shooting star. I don't know how that really works. But I'll tell you, and I wish I could remember what day it was. I was driving, thinking about deer hunting, on my way to hunt, look up, I see a shooting star in the morning, about 45 minutes before daylight, because I'm running late, of course. I'm just curious, because I had not seen a shooting star so bright and vivid. And maybe this is a stretch to think it could be the same one. Probably not. But I did see a shooting star while driving to the tree, and I knew your ass was probably already in a tree. I'm not saying it's the same one. I'm not claiming that. But I did see a shooting star while driving on the way to hunt. And I was like, that's cool. It'd be sick if I could kill a big buck. That's your wish, right? You close your eyes, hurry up and think of a wish.
Right.
And you're like, that was lame. I wasted a wish. Yeah. You know, that's the reality.
After talking to my Opa, I also was like, okay, shooting star, wish. And previous to this happening, Josh had texted me like, hey, it's a fucking killing day, brother. And I hadn't seen my phone at that point. But anyways, I have this shooting star come over my head, and I'm just like, dude, if that's not a sign that like Opa's looking out for me, I don't know what is, you know?
Yeah, totally.
So anyways, sit there till shooting light, have a doe coming in, ends up going a different way, whatever. And I glance 300 yards to my east, southeast roughly. And I'm like, oh, there's a deer, you know, pull up my binos, and I'm like, oh, fuck, it's him. Like, and in my mind, I am between where he is and where he wants to bed, or like if he's going to push a doe where they're going to be. So that happens. Have a few more deer come by.
Is he locked on that doe at that point? You think it's the doe from the night before?
Yes, I do. I do think it's the doe from the night before. Because he's pushing her around. I saw him for 5 minutes, probably. You know, watched him for 5 minutes through the binos. So he ends up, what I thought was leaving the doe, and works northwest, and I'm like, shit, that's that's in my direction roughly. Sitting there, deer movement kind of slows down. Well, I guess, but not at this point. All of a sudden, my phone starts ringing, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know, somebody's calling me at this point. Pull out my phone, and I'm like, I don't know that number, but it's a weird number, and Kurt Geyer, a FaceTime. So I answer it, you know, and this dude, I still see him at this point, but I'm like, and I don't remember, where's Paul from?
Wisconsin.
And it's a Wisconsin number, and I'm like, it's me and a Wisconsin number, which I think where Paul's from, and Kurt Geyer. I'm like,
trust us all.
I'm like, motherfucker, maybe this is Josh, you know, killed a deer.
By the way, my phone's on do not disturb hunting. I have a hunting do not disturb mode on my phone.
I pull it out.
I only get cell cam photos that notify me. Everything else is silent.
So I pull it out and I open the FaceTime, and I don't have great signal where I'm at, and all I see is Josh's face, and then the signal goes away, and I'm like, holy fuck, maybe Josh just shot a deer, but I lose signal, so I hang up, and I'm like, plus this deer's at like 300 yards. I probably shouldn't be on the fucking phone.
Yeah, answer it, give him the middle finger, and hang up.
So,
congrats, Josh, you douche.
You know, I assumed that's probably what it was, but I wasn't sure, you know.
You didn't care at all.
So I text you because I didn't know if you answered. I'm like, hey, why the fuck did Josh FaceTime us? And you text me like, I don't fucking know. You know?
I didn't know you called because I have my phone on do not disturb.
Sorry, so
Josh.
anyways,
Love you,
at this point I watched the deer work off north, and I'm thinking, oh, so from when I first saw him in that 5 to 10 minute time frame, I watched him mount the doe. So I'm like, oh, he bred her, and when he's leaving, he's gone. You know, he's headed northwest to get out of here.
Yeah.
So after about an hour, I call Paul, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And
this was really awkward, actually.
Yeah, well, because I thought it was Paul on the phone.
About a minute and a half, and me being like, dude, I killed a buck. He's like, where's Josh? And I was like,
you sounded like Paul.
What do you mean?
I said, did Josh kill one? He's like, yeah, Josh killed one, but it was you.
I'm the guy.
I didn't realize it was him. And I said, well, tell Josh congratulations. And he goes, brother, this is Josh. And I'm like, oh shit, you know, congratulations. Like, I've got the big deer's close. Like RC's close. Like, congratulations. Send me a picture when you get it.
Yeah.
8 o'clock comes, little buck cruises by. 8:30 comes, a little bit better buck cruises by. And then nothing. And like, I had seen 10 to 15 deer every time I hunted this farm, but I saw 4 deer that morning. The 2 bucks, RC or whatever, the Lee Herr buck, whatever the fuck.
It's the Lee Herr buck now. It's the Lee Herr buck. It's the Lee Herr buck.
And I'm sitting there all fucking day. And this is day 5 of basically all day
Gangster sits. This is on the 5th of November.
Yep. Basically all day sits. And I think I said this earlier, but I don't ever all day sit. Maybe one time a year. So I am practically a fucking zombie at this point. So I'm sitting there all day.
Okay, so real quick, this is where I can kind of add some layers to our crew story. I'm hunting also.
Yep.
I go and hang a tree stand, move, and I'm up in the tree. And you're still sitting where you're at. Everyone's on some sort of move. Like, I'm doing that. I'm making my own moves. I'm in a tree. East winds, south winds suck for me. I'm bitching, and I'm hunting.
Yeah.
And you're hunting.
Yeah.
We're in 2 different spots. So I'm hunting, not feeling great about my odds because of my situation.
Well, this was northwest winds this morning.
In Iowa, we had no.
In Iowa, I don't know about over here.
When you killed that deer, that day you killed that deer, it was a northwest.
That's right. It was for us.
Northwest.
So I had moved my latitude setup and was in a new spot.
Yeah,
and
that's what it was. You
and
hunted right away in the morning and then got down and moved.
Yeah, and I'm feeling saucy, but I'm not seeing any fucking deer.
Yeah.
Like, it just was one of those days. It's like deer should be moving. Sometimes in the rut, you get that. You see all the deer, every fucking deer you want to see, you see them. Whether you shoot them or not, it's one thing. And then the next day, it could be absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And that's,
sometimes you're in them, sometimes you're not.
That's the roll of the dice in November. That's what makes it awesome.
Yep.
I'm having that sit where I'm at. You're hunting on this deer. We know you have seen this deer that day.
Yep. Yeah,
Like,
I messaged you guys after I saw him. Like, I actually pulled my phone out because previous to this, I had not taken like a bino video of him or anything because it was like the first time I saw him for 30 seconds and he was gone. The second time it was so late in the evening that and it was pretty quick too, chasing a doe down and gone. Well, he's standing there at 300, so I pull my phone out and binos and I video him. Just a short 6-second clip or whatever in the morning. So anyways, all day.
Our crew's getting kind of the play-by-play.
Yeah.
We're all very heavily involved at this point.
So if Lee's like, I got eyes on him, we're all like, oh. First of all, to be like, oh, fuck, he sees them is like a big deal.
Yeah.
So that we're anticipating messages.
Updates and
the
shit.
crew.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there fucking around in my saddle. Just like, hopefully Lee messages us. I don't know.
What am I even doing?
What am I even doing? Gay? Just out there being gay.
So, 2 o'clock comes by, comes to, whatever you want to say.
Witching hour, yeah.
All right.
We all know it.
And, I knew he was over that way. So most of my attention was focused that direction for the day. Like the 2 bucks that came earlier in the morning, they fucking, all of a sudden I'm like, oh fuck, they're right here behind me. Cause I was focusing in his
high
direction.
winds too.
Yeah, it was 20-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, you're not hearing the walking.
Yeah.
So that's the most exhausting all day sit because you can't relax and listen. You have to be paying super close attention.
So 2 o'clock comes and I'm watching over that way and I'm like, oh fuck, there's a deer. Pull the binos up. Oh fuck, it's him again. And watch him walk and go into this little thicket, still 300-ish yards away. And I watch him walk in there in bed. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, so where he's at is still on the same landowner. Like I'm looking at it and I'm like, how can I get in there? Like, how could I maybe possibly put a stock on this deer? Like, it's probably pretty risky, but like he's a big deer. Like, how can I maybe put a stock on him, you know?
Yeah.
Pull up DeerCast and look at the map, and I'm mapping like, okay, if I come here, walk here, like, holy shit, I'm gonna have to walk like 700 yards, like I'm just gonna wait it out, 2:15 comes. Boop, up pops a doe. And I'm like, oh, well, he didn't leave that doe. He bred her this morning, but is going to breed her again, or found another doe right there close, you know? So she gets up, starts kind of working my way. Boop, up he pops, and she's walking my way. And there is a path, you know, there's a lot of CRP around, and there's mowed path, and she's on that mowed path, and I'm like, that fucking mowed path comes right to me. Like, it comes and turns 20 yards right in front of me, which is what I set up for an opportunity at him, because my most frequent visited camera of him was 20 yards right in front of me. Yes, Bucky.
You're on the ground?
No, I'm in a tree stand.
All right.
Yeah.
Keep going.
How far away is he at this point? Like 300?
250 to 300,
Okay.
somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's close.
Holy
In the
balls.
game.
Suck.
In the game.
Holy balls. Keep going.
So he gets up behind me, or behind her, and starts working her way. And I'm like, the only logical thing that is going to happen, and this is where I text you guys, holy shit, he's still on the doe, and she's coming my way.
Okay, this is where I'm in the tree and we're waiting on the play-by-play. We get this message from Lee, and I always have that do not disturb. I'm gonna do a video on this do not disturb hunting thing for 'cause it's the best. We get this message and I'm like, oh my god, like when you see him, we're like, oh my god, he sees him, like, and then logically he could come by me. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
she's coming my way, and he's following.
And with how I know how the property sets up, logically it makes sense that she's gonna come by me,
right?
You know,
And this is early in the afternoon. This is like 3 o'clock.
So when she first stood up was 2:15, and when I saw him like fully work and then work out of sight was roughly 2:30.
Yeah. So I'm in my latitude saddle. I pull my phone out. I'm like, oh my god. Back in my loophole pocket on my bino harness, and I'm like, now it's like, we'll find out if we get a message or not, you know? And we're just waiting.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there, about 15 minutes go by, and I'm obviously fucking glued in that direction. And all of a sudden, here comes a doe down this path, trotting. And I'm like,
How long after you'd seen her moving your way before you actually saw her?
15
minutes.
10 to 15 minutes, somewhere in there. And I'm like, that's got to fucking be her. So I grab my bow, you know, I'm ready. And so there's 2 places that the deer could turn north. Oh, you know, one is 100 yards from me and one is 20 yards from me. And she's walking my way. And I'm like, it's got to be her. And he's going to be right behind her. So coming. And she gets to that first one. And in my mind, I'm like, please God, don't turn right. Don't turn right. Don't turn right. Because it's 100 yards, no shot, obviously, you know. I'm like, please God, don't turn right. Don't turn right. Don't turn right. She gets past that one. I'm like, fuck yeah. So she's coming. And at this point, I'm like, she is coming. She is gonna fucking come by me. And she's getting closer. And at this point, I want her to turn right, you know, because it puts her at 20 yards right in front of me, what I set up for. She's getting closer. And I'm like, okay, please turn right. Please turn right. Please turn right. You know, fully opposite.
You still don't see him at this point.
So by this point I had, but he's probably 100 yards behind her. Just kind of, I think what I described was like a fucking bulldog, just gonk, gonk, like not
walking
chasing
heavy,
her, but just walking heavy, like big chested, just gonk, gonk, gonk. Not running after her. Not
those big old mature deer look like that when they come in. They're just bulldog down.
Right. Wasn't sprinting after her, was just like, I'm keeping on you. But he was 80 to 100 yards behind her. So she gets to where the point where it's, okay, she's going to either turn right and be at 20 in front of me, or there's a really heavy trail behind me at 12 yards. And obviously I'd had a lot of time, being I hadn't seen a deer in 5 hours. So I ranged a bunch of stuff, you know.
That's a great tip right there.
Range your shit.
When you're born, just range, you know.
Run every scenario.
You got to think about shit, mentally run everything through.
So previous to this, sorry, jumping back and forth. There's a couple branches in this tree that are small. I mean, like tiny, 1/4 inch diameter branches, but have a lot of branches. And I'm like, if he does so happen to come behind me, it's going to be a fucker to shoot back there. Like, yeah, my bow will be in him. It's not going to affect the arrow, but it's going to clink and clank. So I'm like, I'm going to cut those out of the way. So I grab my saw and cut them out of the way. This is an hour before I see him again. This is like 1 o'clock. So anyways, I do that. And as she's coming, I'm like, okay, now please turn right. Come right in front of me, right at 20 yards. Give me the perfect chip shot. Well, she fucking goes behind me. And so as I'm sitting, there's a branch on my right side, which is the way I will have to turn to shoot behind me. And I had previously thought about cutting it down, but I was all day sitting and it was pretty comfy because I could like put my arm on it and rest my hand and like, be a little more comfortable. So she's coming and goes behind me and I'm like, fuck. So I've already got my bow in my hand and he's coming. He's 80 yards away at this point. She gets to where she's a little past me, and this is downwind, like straight downwind where she walks by. And the whole time I'm just like, fuck, please do not bust. Please do not bust. So she gets just past my downwind and past me where she's behind a tree.
Is he still at 100 yards or is he caught up?
He's at 80 yards behind her probably at this point still. So
I wish he was right behind her.
I have to take my bow and like turn the bow sideways, crooked to get up over the branch. And it's very uncomfortable position, but I'm like, he's going to follow right behind her. I know he's going to follow right behind her. He's not going to come in front of me.
Yeah.
So he's coming. And like, at this point, obviously I know it's him. And, obviously this is a stupid big deer. But I had spent the previous 4 days sitting in a stand with nothing but my thoughts. So I had prepared myself for the moment of shooting this deer.
Yeah.
So like, honestly, it sounds really stupid to say being he's this big, but I wasn't nervous, like in the slightest, because I'd spent, basically from being an hour early to dark, 13 hours for the last 4 days, just thinking about like the amount of times where I was sitting, I would picture like, oh shit, there, if he comes out of here, it's going to be so cool to watch him emerge from behind this, just prepping myself for the moment. So I really wasn't that nervous.
It's conscious decision making. I mean, you could spend a lot of time on your phone. You could just wait for it to appear, right?
And
Yeah.
I did. I was on my phone a lot. Not gonna lie.
That's what gets you through the long
like the
days,
honesty.
man.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
got to
gets you
pass
through
the
it.
time somehow.
But in all seriousness, like, it was not unfamiliar to you. What happened?
Right. Because I'd spent 4 fucking days, 13 hours a day envisioning it, So I'm over this branch all weird and cockeyed. There's a branch right, like a tree trunk right here. And he's coming, gets to like, and when he got to like 50, I looked at him just to be like, okay, yes, it is him. Like I knew it was him. So he gets to like 25, gets behind a tree. So I draw, but when I am drawn, my arm is on this branch to my right. So I am like this.
Right.
And that's the
Drawn.
branch you were leaning on?
Yes.
Comfort?
Yes. For
That
comfort.
comfortable branch.
Yeah.
The branch of comfort.
So I'm like this roughly, and this one I'm drawn. And when he was at 25, I was on him, but my string, my string was against that branch. And I'm like, I shouldn't. Well, that would have been about 20 yards when I was like, okay, my string's on that branch. I probably shouldn't shoot with my string on that branch. So I'm like, and plus he's going to come by at 12 and end up being broadside, clear, wide open shot. I'm not going to.
The level of critical thinking that's happening right now is crazy.
Yeah. So,
because most people just would have let it rip.
Right. So this arm, my release hand is like, and I know you'll have to watch the video to see this, but it's like this.
There's video?
No, this video. To see
the podcast video. Yeah, I'm like, whoa. I'm like, what? The video.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Hot release.
No.
Holding out.
So my arm is like.
You shut that door for me, please. So that get Bucky to move away. He's on the phone. Thank you.
I don't know how I would describe it. 90 degrees off of where it should be. Like cranked real weird. And this arm's all weird. But I'm at full draw and I'm following him. And as I'm following him, my thought process is okay, I'm going to hold on I would call it the point of the shoulder, the highest front part of the shoulder as he's walking. Because when I stop him, I'll stay where I'm at, and I'll, I don't, whatever what sound do you make?
I do that.
Yeah, I go because
it's subtle.
Yeah, it's subtle. So I'm like, I'm gonna go.
The map scares him usually,
and he'll take 1 or 2 steps and stop.
Yep.
So it'll put
it's
me
a soft stop rather than a and then
Right.
you scare them and then they jump your string.
It'll put me right where I'm supposed to be. If he takes 1 or 2 more steps, it'll put me right a couple inches behind the shoulder.
Yep.
So when I go, he doesn't hear me the first time, so I do it a little louder. I'm like, and he fucking like doesn't take a step, just locks up, stops where he's at. So I'm aimed at the high tip of his shoulder. So, I'm like, okay. And he's close enough that it's fucking brown.
How far is he?
12 yards.
That's a full sight picture.
It's just brown in the sight picture, So, and I shoot with both my eyes open, so I can see a lot of everything. But I'm like, okay, I got to come back. So I come back and I'm moving and I'm like, okay, there's the back of the shoulder. I'm probably a little too high, which in hindsight, I'm not, because he's so fucking close and I'm 15 feet above him roughly, because he was a little uphill from the tree from where I am. I'm like, I probably should come back off the shoulder so I don't shoulder him and down a little bit. So I start moving down and, in the moment, panic, blackout, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I'm just drifting, moving, and I squeeze it off as I'm moving my bow. So that causes the arrow to follow through, continue moving, because there's that movement.
Yeah, it's like a flow.
So I shoot and I'm like, instantly, I'm like, fuck, that is not good. Like, that shot is not fucking good. I'm like, I shoot him 4 inches above the white line and back 6 inches from, back 4 inches from where I was hoping to be. And instantly I'm like, my God, did I just fuck this up on the biggest deer that I will ever hunt in my entire life, So watch, I hit him. He just he didn't really mule kick, but he skirted forward 2 or 3 steps and then just kind of hunched up and walked to what I thought is 40. So I, with my quiver off, motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding.
Shout out to the quiver off.
Wait, do you do that? I do that too.
I'm quiver off.
Quiver off.
Quiver off.
Yes.
Could have probably got a second arrow in there, pretty hot. Got a quiver on.
Absolutely.
Might have had all this fiasco. Wouldn't have
At this point, my quiver's right here, so I grab it.
It's always right there.
If you'd have had the quiver on, you'd probably been all tangled up in all them limbs.
Exactly, yeah.
All entwined and infused.
So I grab
Quiver
another
off.
arrow. Yeah, you're way the fuck outnumbered here. God damn.
4-1.
Hey, I'm the only motherfucker shot a buck twice. And watch it die.
Unless it's with a longbow, then it's quiver on.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it doesn't detach.
Because he typically makes shitty shots the first time.
You gotta have a quiver full.
Quiver full. Morals low. Quivers full.
That's where I'm at.
Jeez.
Yeah. Dick small. Quivers full.
So he goes and he stands, and I'm like, as he's walking, I'm like, fuck, I gotta grab another arrow. That shot wasn't very good. Grab an arrow, get it on, and I'm like, he's got to be 40. So I reach up, dial my dial back to 40, and draw. And he's standing there. He's facing straight away, and I'm like, I just need to put another one in him, no matter what it is.
Yep.
And he takes another couple steps and turns quartered away. So I settle my pin, and I'm like, okay, I think he's got to be about 40. I'll shoot mid body. Hopefully, if he's a little closer, I'll hit him. If he's a little farther, I'll hit him. Just, nice, calm, squeeze it off and fucking shoot right between his legs. And I'm like, fuck. And he just slowly works over the hill, hunched up, neck flat. He wasn't crazy hunched, but hunched enough that I'm like, he don't fucking feel good.
You don't like it.
And also, his doe continued west and he turned south.
He left the doe.
Left the hot doe that he'd been with all fucking day long.
And you shot him with an Evolution Whitetail
Fury.
Yep. When you,
So-
yeah. Okay. Keep going.
So he works up, he goes another 10 yards and he's over the hill, and then he disappears. So at that point, I'm like, fuck, how far was he? So I pull out and I can see he stopped in like a spot where there wasn't a lot of grass. So I know right where he was stopped, pull it out. I'm like, 51. Fuck, you know?
Yeah.
In hindsight, I probably had enough time to rearrange him because he stood there long enough. But
the way you explained that, you made it feel like it was 10 minutes, but this is probably 25, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
At most.
You know what
I mean, probably
Yeah.
15
Yeah.
at most. Works up over the hill, like head flat, not up, tail down, works over the hill.
So much information right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. From him leaving the doe, from him semi hunched up, not having his head up, slowly walking away. But in my mind, you know, replaying it, obviously I blacked out slightly, you know.
Why?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah. But I knew I hit him poorly, you know. I knew at best it was a liver shot, but in my mind I thought it was a stomach shot. So I'm like, well, I'm not tracking this deer today, you know. So make the phone calls, call my dad, call Josh, call Kurt, call.
By the way, I'm in the stand. You were like, oh, he could be coming to me. I feel my phone vibrate. I look at my phone. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Because there's only one reason you're calling.
At least calling at 3:30.
Yeah. At that point, it was like 2:50. By the time I'd shot, he worked off. Actually, called my wife, called my dad, called you, called my cousin, called you, I think is the order. Because I don't remember if I called you or not. Did I call you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you were in there somewhere. I don't fucking remember.
When you called me, you were like, you sound like you were frozen in a block of ice.
Yeah.
So
I
feel
was
like
shaking like a dog shit in glass. You know?
Classic.
So anyways, make these calls, and I'm like, well, I'm talking through it with everybody. Each person I'm talking through. Like, my wife, she kind of gets it a little bit because she's been around me enough, but I'm like, hey, I shot him. The shot's not great. She's like, oh my fucking God. And I'm like, yeah, you know. I was
Shout
like,
out to Hot Jackie.
I'm like, I'm going to call, you know, yes, I shot him. I'll be home in a little bit. I'm waiting till morning. You know?
There's Hot Jackie right there on the screen.
Hot Jackie.
Not to skip it.
Shout out to your wife, bro.
There you go, Dad.
What's up?
So
There you go, Dad. Get a
Good
good
job,
look.
Lee.
Get a good look at the family up there. There you go.
we got to give a shout out to Jack.
Two good-looking kids. What's up? How old are they?
10 and 4.
Hell yeah. Okay, back to the story.
So yesterday I heard something from Jackie. That was the coolest thing I've ever heard. Lee described it as, she was like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Yesterday, she almost started crying. And this is after, you know, he's found them and everything. But she's telling the story again. And she goes, all I wanted in that moment was to have some understanding of what he was going through. I had no idea how to experience what he was feeling. And it made me just want to go hunting. And when you talk about the most supportive person that you could ever have, I mean, on our way home, I was like, Joy, what the heck's wrong with you? What was that?
Yeah. Where are you at, bitch?
Yeah.
Why don't you want to go hunting?
Jackie, she didn't understand it, but she could tell that you cared about it. And
she told me that too. Like, that night when I got home, she was like, I wish I knew what to say to you in this moment. And I was like, you know, I really can't, you can't say anything, you know,
Yeah.
like you'll find him, you know, blah, 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 all that kind of shit, you know, but, so yeah, obviously I've been blessed with a phenomenal wife that when I got that first video, she knew she wasn't going to fucking see me, you know? So anyways, long story short, I call all you guys, and, you know, I had already previously probably known that I wasn't going to track that day. Call Kurt, you know, talk to Kurt, end up like, I'm just going to call a dog. Like,
Yeah.
it's in CRP grass, which is harder than fuck to blood trail anyways. And my steep angle hitting him low, I'm like, okay, yes, it's a low shot, so he should bleed, but being where I think I am from an in the intestine or in the stomach possibly standpoint, it's probably going to plug. Like, there's probably not going to be a lot of blood. So I call Kurt again, I think, when I was already back, or maybe I texted you and I'm like, hey, I need a dog. What's Gary doing? You know?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to preface this with, Gary's a long motherfucking ways away.
Yeah.
Like he's 4 hours from me.
5, I think.
It's 4.
It's 4.
Yeah.
My bad.
End up talking with Gary and like
4.5.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of like
Maybe in the middle there.
still getting a hold of people, and you're like, I had already previously texted Gary, and you text me, you're like, fucking. So at this point, I was already out of the stand. You know, I got down, I just looked at the arrow, and I'm like, I know I'm not trailing him, so I'm not even gonna fucking. I had previously known I'm calling a dog. Like, it's the buck of a lifetime.
That's what it is, yeah.
And it's in CRP. I've blood trailed in CRP before. It's a fucker. So I'm like, I'm calling a dog, you know? So all I did was look at my arrow. And in my mind, I'm like, Gary won't want me to touch the arrow, you know, because it'll make it harder for Diesel to smell, whatever. Not fucking true. So I left the arrow in the ground where I shot. And at that point, I had gotten out and I went to the landowner's house to tell him, you know, I keep him in the loop. He used to be a hunter, all that kind of shit, you know, just as, you know, he just doesn't anymore. And I'm like, hey, I fucking shot him, you know, and I had sent him a picture, one of that first picture I got of him on the farm, and he was like, oh, you know, is he as big as the one that he didn't know his name, but Carolina? And I said, this deer is substantially bigger, I think, you know. And at this point, I didn't know how big he was, you know. So I'm talking to him and I'm like, hey, I would love to bring a dog, like, because you obviously have to have permission from the landowner.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you know, could you do this? Could you do that? You know, because he doesn't like people on his farm, which I totally understand. I'd be the same fucking way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, honestly, it is the biggest deer I'll ever shoot. Like, and I told him what I think is a rough number of what he would be at that point. And he goes, oh, fuck. And I'm like, yeah. Like, so I wanted, you know, he's like, well, you could sneak up this west fence line. And I'm like, and see if you see him. And I'm like, if this was a gun deer where I could potentially shoot him again if I saw him or see him get up, yes, but not with the bow, you know?
Yeah.
So anyways, long story short, he ends up like, yeah, that's fine. Like, you can call a dog in. So at this point, I've already made contact with Gary and you in a group message. And Gary messaged, I messaged him back a couple times. But at that point, I'd gotten to the landowners. And we were talking, I get back in the truck and you're like, dude, fucking text Gary back. You know?
Gary's like, I need to know if I'm coming out there because I got people calling me.
Right.
And I'm like, for the love of God, Lee, get a hold of this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And
he books up fast.
Yeah, I'm like,
and Gary,
goddamn, text him
he's
back.
a long ways away. You know, it's like 4 hours. But
So by the way, I text Gary and I'm like, brother, you got to help my homie out.
There's one thing you do for me. Go help out.
Yeah, I'm like,
Lee.
this would be the biggest deer Diesel recovers this year, if not ever. Just please hear me out on this.
yeah.
Yep.
So anyways, I get back in the truck. I see that. I'm like, oh, fuck. I text Gary right away. He called me. I called him back. And he was on a track. He's like, hey, let me call you after the track. Calls me after the track. And he's like, yeah, I'll come. You know, how big do you think it is? And I sent him a picture and he goes, oh, fuck. He's like, yeah, I'll come. We make a plan. We talk about the shot. You know, all the stuff you do with a dog tracker. And he's like, how confident are you on where you hit? And I said, 95%. This is where I hit him, you know? And he's like, okay. And I explained like the reaction and leaving the doe. And Gary is very, you know, he doesn't want to get your hopes up. Because
Gary's in the business of finding deer, not making you feel good about what you want to.
And he told me,
he's going to tell you the truth.
Right. He told me, he goes, Lee, based on his reaction where you think you hit him, like, I like it. He's like, I don't want to get your hopes up, but I like our chance of finding this deer tomorrow. So he's like, I'll leave my house at 5:30 or 6, be there at 10. And I had told him, like, I think it's stomach. And after looking at the arrow, no dark blood, like, but also it didn't smell like stomach. So I'm like, and at this point, my mind's like, oh, fuck, did I one lung him? Like, because the blood was kind of pinkish, like a lighter pink.
That's what when I looked at the arrow, I'm like, doesn't look like liver, because usually liver is just painted red
and dark.
Yeah,
you know?
and your arrow is lighter.
And that's the point where I'm like, and I'm talking to Josh throughout this whole thing, and I'm like, you know, Josh and I are basically like, you know, if this is one lung, that's not ideal. Like if you were farther forward and you thought, because at your angle, you're not going to get both lungs, and one lung, sometimes you won't find, like, especially during the rut, that shit'll clot up and they'll live.
I just kept coming back to the fact, like, ignore the arrow. He left his doe.
Yeah.
I mean,
left his doe.
That's big.
Head down,
that's
walked away.
Big details that you might not think about, but that's big.
Yeah. He's not feeling good.
You're shooting in the tall grass. It could have wiped off a lot.
If you see me leave my girlfriend and walk the other way, something's wrong.
Well, and it's just,
you know what I'm saying? When she's like,
hunched up,
"You're gonna
slow.
get late," I'm like, "Nah, I'm gonna walk over here."
Yeah.
You think about the psychology of it, which sounds silly. Like I made a silly analogy.
Well,
but
those animals are so tough. If they're going to do away with their primary instinct to breed,
there's reason
to get away from that. They're not feeling very good.
You've got videos of like double lung punching deer, and
yeah, I mean,
they
it's
still
not-
don't leave the doe.
My hunting experience has been 100 times compounded because of my editing. Like, it's not me making claims on my experiences. It's I've gotten to watch over and over and over. And that just doesn't happen, right? Like, there's, I mean, getting to spend 2.5 years every day around Mark Drury taught me more than I'll ever learn in 50 more years of my life, right? And every indicator was not ideal, but he's going to be dead, you know? And I've always joked with you, I'm like, dude, I had no idea. If I didn't film every deer hunt I went on, I'd have no idea where I hit a deer. I can hardly figure it out once we look at it, you know? You know, it just is one of those, like, if you don't film, there's so much you can learn in that X amount of seconds, you know what I mean, that you watch a deer. Like, there are just certain indicators that rule out other things. If it was double lung, he does not stop and walk away.
Mm-hmm.
If it's liver and gut, he kind of does what you think he's doing, right? If it's single lung, I think he goes with his doe. You know, I mean, there's just, it's not to oversimplify it, but let the visuals tell you what it can.
Believe what you're
know?
seeing and know what you're seeing.
Yeah.
That's the tricky part.
And the arrow is a part of that.
Yeah,
right?
it is. Yeah. So we're feeling, here's the thing. When I talk to you on the phone and you explain it, I'm like, dead deer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what'd you shoot him with?
I'm like, fuck.
Totally, because it's like
it's 12 yards. I should have fucking heart punched him and watched him fall over.
My concern wasn't it being back. It was how it
Up and
if
down.
it was too low at 10 yards, you got that steep angle. Did you clip enough to get it? You know,
That was my initial reaction when there was light blood on it, but there was no fat.
Yep.
You know, and I was like, did you actually see him just hunch up, walk away? And I was like, ignore the arrow at that point.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
and you're shooting the Evolution Whitetail Fury, and I'm
Yep.
like, dude, that's the perfect head. That head is designed for shots like this.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, I feel good about that. I feel all right. I'm like, dude, brother, it's gonna work out how it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Like, I think I told you that. I don't remember that. I was thinking it at least, but
Yeah. And like, part of me, and Jackie actually said this to me. She was like, Lee, with the shit show of the season you've had and how meant to be this was, this deer's dead. You didn't just fucking wound him. Like, with everything that's happened.
I told you the same thing.
Yeah,
like
you
you
were the
didn't
same
go
way.
through all this bullshit just to have him get away.
Yeah. So anyway, so next morning, obviously I don't fucking sleep.
yeah. We didn't expect you to.
Yeah.
Actually, you didn't deserve to.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Be a miserable bitch.
So
We've all been there.
Yeah.
It's not a
But
good
even
feeling.
more though for you, just for the just because.
So
Because I know the happy outcome. That's why.
yeah, I remember 1 o'clock, and then I wake up at 2:30. So I slept for about an hour and a half there. I'm awake till 4:30. Wake up at 5:30, and that's it. I mean, 2.5 hours most at sleep, you know. And I get up, and my dad is coming to help on the track, you know. So dad shows up. We're sitting around talking. And all of a sudden I'm like, God, I don't feel very good. And I walk to the bathroom and I fucking puke my guts out because I'm so fucking nervous.
Yeah, well,
You
I
know?
get it. Yeah.
Yeah, understandable, dude.
Like, I don't know how big he is, but I know he's the biggest deer I've ever hunted and the biggest deer I've might ever hunt and put an arrow in.
You don't know this, but I was talking with Leah. I was so invested in this with you. I'm like, I told Leah, I said, if he doesn't find this thing, this is the kind of thing that'll ruin a guy. Like, this will
Yeah.
ruin a guy.
Yeah. And I had that morning I told Jackie that I'm like, I just want you to know, if I do not find this deer, I'm gonna be a miserable prick for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
You know. So Gary gets there, meets at our house. Landowner asked to go with, so it's me, my dad, landowner, Gary, and Diesel. So we pull into the farm. Gary gets out and he's on his dust in his truck. He's like, "Okay, here's how we're gonna do it." Like,
drawing the map for you.
Yep. He's like, and there was a bunch of X's already on there. I'm like, "You've done this a million fucking times on your video." So he's like, "Okay, we'll start here. Deer goes this way. Okay, we got blood here. Okay, you guys stand here at the arrow. Lee will be with me. We'll go this way. Then if we find blood here, we'll raise our hand. You'll come up here and just basically shadow us. And Lee, keep with me as best as you can, but also keep looking for blood as Diesel's going. Because, I want to know if he's on the right path.
Yeah, he wants you to call blood.
He's like, we're loud enough with me and a dog. Like, if we're going to jump him, we're going to fucking jump him.
Yeah.
So he's like, yell. If you find blood, yell blood.
And with the shot you thought you had, he should be dead.
Right. Well, yeah. This was 20 hours is basically what we were going to give him. And what I thought was a stomach, I'm like, he's probably dead, but there's a chance we might come up on him. So also, I left all my shit in the tree. And we get there, and my fucking release isn't there. And I'm like, motherfucker.
A raccoon took off with
I
it.
could have sworn I left that on my bow, because... So when I shot at him at what I thought was 40, was 51, I knocked another arrow, had my release on, and I was like, I could have sworn I left my fucking release on this thing. Not there. So I get down, I'm like, Gary, I don't have my fucking release. And he's like, well, Diesel's pretty excited. Like, let's just go. Like, worst case scenario, at this point, if it is a stomach hit, he's going to be so fucked up, we can walk right up to him and you can shoot him with your fucking fingers if you have to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right. So we start blood trailing. We get to where, he turned south a little bit. Diesel goes straight past it. And I'm like, I've never been around a tracking dog. I'm like, hey, Gary. And he told me, he's like, if you know that he's not where we are, tell us. I'm like, Gary, he went up that deer trail. Like, I know he went up that deer trail. He's like, all right. So he brings Diesel back. Diesel loops around, boom, locks on the scent, heads right up that deer trail, gets right to where he stopped. And there's a fucking... He was there for maybe 15 seconds standing, and there's a fucking pool of blood like this. I mean, it's bigger than a pie plate.
That's what you want to see.
And at that point, I'm like, that's fucking dark colored blood.
Yeah, liver.
So I'm like, that, to me, I'm like, that's liver blood. So Diesel takes him 20 yards farther to where he stood for 2 seconds before I lost sight of him. And another little pool of blood, like, I don't know, size of a softball. And at that point, I had kind of known that he went southeast and Gary heads west. And I'm like, Gary, I said, I'm 90% sure he headed southeast here. And Gary had previously told us, like, if he wagon wheels, like if I bring him back a couple spots and he goes this way and then this way, and he's like, that deer's not dead. And he kind of started, like, it was only the second pass, but he started like wagon wheeling. He went in a completely different direction. In my mind, I'm like, God damn it. Like, he's not fucking dead,
Yeah.
So, but as soon as Gary leaves that with Diesel, he can't fucking keep up with Diesel. I mean, he is pulling back on Diesel. And Gary had told me, like, keep up with me as best as you can. And I'm like, but he's also like, try to find blood. I'm like, I can't fucking find blood going this fucking fast.
Yeah.
And Diesel's he's pulling back on Diesel and going as fast as he can. And I'm probably 80 yards behind him. And we get down there and all of a sudden he just fucking throws his hands up in the air. Gary does. And he's like, got your fucking deer. And I'm 80 yards behind him.
Yeah.
And I instantly start crying.
Yeah.
Like,
Hell yeah.
And
That's the best
I
feeling.
fucking sprint that way. So my dad and the landowner are way behind us. And I fucking sprint that way and I'm crying and Gary fucking hugs me and I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I cannot believe that he's dead, just so surreal. And I hadn't even hardly seen his rack at this point. Like, obviously I'd had pictures and I knew he was big. Dad gets up to me and everything and get him tagged, get him out, get him gutted. And it's just like,
shout out to Opa.
crazy.
Dude,
you know,
Opa.
crazy,
Yeah, dude.
It's special, man.
And you know, we obviously take a few pictures there and that kind of stuff. Get him back to the house, and you know, Josh comes. We take some good pictures, and it's just like, I know that was a pretty abrupt ending to this whole story, but it's just so.
It's hard to explain it, man.
So freaking crazy that it happened the way it did, and so he ended up going 230 to 250 yards and was dead in his first bed. And when we were at the truck, Gary said this is either going to take 11 minutes or it's going to take 4 hours. And from the time Gary hit start on his track and we talked a few minutes, it was 12 minutes.
No shit.
For 250 yards.
That's a guy that knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, he's been there and done that.
So I got him, and
hold on, no.
Okay, all right, fuck.
You get up on this deer.
Mm-hmm.
You have to talk about when you touch this deer the first time.
Yes, Josh.
Have a beer.
Man can't cry without a beer.
That's what I'm saying. Gotta have some in my hand.
So honestly, at this point, it's just so much going on. Like, it doesn't really hit me what he is. Like, obviously, I pick him up and I'm like, "Fuck, dude!" Like, this deer is huge. And my dad comes up and, you know, he obviously shakes my hand and pulls me in and gives me a hug. Sorry, gonna cry again.
Yeah.
He goes, "I'm so proud of you," you know. And I'm like, "Fuck me, Dad. What are you doing?" You know?
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
And just pull him out. And Gary's like, "Holy fucking shit. You said he was big, but damn, he's big." And I'm just looking. I'm like, God, he's fucking got everything, you know? And we sit around him for a while. Obviously, I tag him right away. Like, everybody's like, "Let's take some pictures." I'm like, "No, I'm putting the fucking tag on him." Like, because legally, you got to have that motherfucker on there right away. You know?
You got it. For sure.
So you got to dot your I's and cross your T's with a deer like this.
Yep.
So, you know, get him out. I mean, are you ready for me to go to that point yet?
You can do
Get
it.
him out.
Yeah, brother,
So, get him out, take him home. Jackie comes out crying. I call him in because you have to report it in Iowa and all that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Josh comes, and I've always said, like, if I kill a stupid big deer, I'm calling the CO, the conservation officer for that county, just to, you know.
It's the world we live in.
I don't.
It's a world we live in now. You have to. You just have to do it.
And this is who I am. I mean, if most of you know me, like, listener wise, obviously you guys all know me. I don't fucking do anything wrong, like, ever. I'm as by the fucking book as it comes. But just as a CYA, people are fucking
jealous and retarded.
Dumb about
you got a
People
dozen,
suck.
You got a dozen other
Yeah.
guys chasing this deer. Somebody's
Yeah.
going to be pissed.
Yeah,
about
or
it.
who knows?
Big deer make people weird.
Yes.
That's why I
So-
said earlier, you just hope that better not happen.
Yeah.
It can't happen.
So I call the county CO. He doesn't answer. I call the CO from the county I grew up in, who's known me since I was 2. And I've probably annoyed him more than not with, like, "Hey," and people are probably like, "You ain't fucking narc." Like, if I see somebody doing something illegal, I'm fucking turning them in.
Well, it's yeah. I'm the same way.
It's how I am. You
Don't
know?
fuck around with deer.
If I'm going to do the fucking legal thing, you need to.
I like deer more than people when I kill deer.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that says about me.
Watch your back.
So, anyways, I call the CO I grew up with.
It's true though. I like deer more than people. Usually, except our crew.
I call the CO.
If you're not in the crew, fuck you. Sorry, Lee.
You're fine. I call the CO I grew up with, and I'm like, "Hey, I just want a conservation officer to know, like, know the story, know this. Like,
You're willing to give everything. You're
Right.
willing to show everything that you
Right.
did to prove
Right.
that it was on the up and up.
Right. So I talked to him and he's like, "Yeah, just tell me the story," you know? So I tell him the whole story. He's like, "First of all, fucking congratulations, you know?
Yeah.
That's so cool." And he's like, "I don't blame you a bit for doing this."
Pretty cool DNR
For
officer. That's
getting
awesome.
a hold of me and let, you know, just so somebody knows.
Yeah, rather than him hearing rumors
Right. And
of
this
all
is
the
not
negative shit that could come up from it.
Yeah, this is not the county I shot him in, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I want somebody to know so there's a record of it, you know? Ended up, county CO called me back later that night, and I'm like, "Hey, I shot a big deer." And he was like, okay. And I'm like, I am just calling you because he's a hunter. He's like, you as well as I know how people are with big deer. Like, rumors fly, shit gets stupid, you know? And I was like, I just want to get ahead of that if it does happen. It might not, but I just want to get ahead of it. And he goes, well, like, are you saying like over 200? And I'm like, I think a chunk bigger than that. And he goes,
a chunk.
And he goes, oh shit. And I'm like, he's big, you know.
And you're not making assumptions. You don't know the other people hunting him, right?
No, I don't know
these people. You're not
anybody.
making
It's a just in
assumptions.
case.
It's a
It's just a
CYA,
general
cover
thing.
your
Yeah.
ass, just in case. you
Cross
know?
your eyes, dot your T's.
So he's like,
I'm
okay,
following you.
normally what I would do here is, and I had called him after I shot him. I called him. And before we were going to recover the next day, because I was like, I'm going to have him come with on the track. So there's no fucking denying it. Well, he was out of town doing, I don't remember what he said. He was working
Teaching
out
a
of
gun
town.
class.
Yeah, he was teaching like a firearm safety gun class is what he was doing. So he calls me.
November, that makes sense.
Yeah. So he calls me that night, and I'm like, I tell him like,
It's like,
hey,
what are they doing in the DNR? You're fucking doing that during the fucking most busiest time of hunters. Anyway, he's doing his job.
Right. Yes. So I'm like, hey, I shot this big deer. It's stupid big. Like, you know how rumors are. And he's like, so normally what I would do in this situation, and typically if somebody calls me about this, I come out, I see the kill. You walk me through everything that happened on the property. And I'm like, that's fine. Let's meet in the morning, which would be this morning when we're recording this.
Yeah.
So we get there and we pull in and I'm like, hey, or no, he goes, realistically, without him laying there, like, I can go look at it, but it could be any deer, So he's like, just talk me through the story. Tell me what happened. And I, we're sitting on a hill overlooking everything. And I'm like, he came here, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, nope, you're all good. Like, I've talked to him a few times in the past, and he's talked to my home CO, and he's like, I know that you don't fuck around, and I've turned people into him. And he's like, I know you're by the book. Like, I know you didn't do anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we talked for a while, and he's like, yeah, like, I would, if I was in your shoes, if it's over 200, I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah.
He's like, even as a CO, I'm calling a different CO to come with me, just because of how people are nowadays, which is stupid. It sucks, but
I mean, that's a public announcement that we can all do better.
Right.
Yeah.
And he didn't, or I didn't know like what people were going to be like.
Yeah, well, totally.
But just in case,
It's a great safe play. But Devin, you did this, didn't you, with the cemetery buck, your mule deer?
Yeah.
You called the CO to like do the recovery.
Yeah.
And like, didn't someone take a photo of you through a spotting scope with the CO?
So yeah, when we recovered it, somebody was hunting the buck and took a picture, posted online, and yeah.
Like, oh, he poached and the DNR came with him. I was like, wasn't that the rumor I read on one forum? It was like, you did the right thing, but someone who didn't know the context saw you with a game warden in this big buck laying, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that how, like, rumors?
I don't think it ever was like a poaching rumor. It was just like, hey, the cemetery buck's dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I interpreted it like reading it was like, oh, like you did the right thing, you went the extra mile, but someone might have like came to a conclusion because you kind of went radio silent after you killed that deer for a little while, right?
Yeah.
Like a year?
Yeah,
6 months?
Yeah, it was like a year. No, it was definitely a year because it came out in that magazine. But yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like that's the equivalent to the same type of deer like in mule deer world. Like
right.
So yeah, it's just
so
you gotta do that. Big deer make people weird.
Right. Well, think about the day. Think about how cool it is for that guy. I mean, I don't know that every state feels this way. At least in Iowa, I do. I feel like in general, we really appreciate our DNR. Think about why they got involved, most of them, in it in the first place. He got to see or be a part of a whitetail like that.
Very special.
I mean, you made an impact on him probably that
right.
Maybe he didn't say it, but
yeah,
I got to think that is as fulfilling of a moment in his career as any. I mean, he typically probably deals with the other side of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
Shit bags. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the deer?
Mm-hmm. If you want, or Devin, you said you had a lot of questions.
All right, I'm gonna go grab the sheet.
A lot of questions, dude. I don't know if I do, but other than, dude, this This deer, dude. Looking at it, 3 brow tines. Actually, I'm gonna call my guards. Yeah. Dude, hold on. Let's hold this thing. All right. So if you guys are okay, hold on. I just want to say one thing. There's other than 250 inches.
Let Lee hold it so it's in the middle while you guys talk. So
well, hold on. I gotta hold it real quick because this is the point. Other than 250 inches, the first thing I noticed, dude, is how heavy.
Weight wise.
Like weight. Like this thing is like heavy, dude.
Corn fed.
Corn? What does that mean? Do they get so what? The more corn they
hot guy stays mild. What do you mean?
What?
There's a lot of corn in Iowa.
Oh,
yeah. You
okay?
So they're corn fed.
Come on.
All right, let's talk about this deer.
Okay.
All right, let's do the deer thing.
First of all,
mule deer.
From the trail camera pictures to when you walked up on him, was there anything that you couldn't see from the pictures? Like, was there anything unexpected?
No. The only thing unexpected was how fucking big his body was. So I took him to. I do all my my taxidermist isn't far from me. Like he's 45 minutes, but he's got a real nice setup for butchering deer. Like he's got a hoist and everything. So I pretty much every deer I kill, I butcher at his place, and we've got a really good relationship.
Hold him up while you talk.
But his body is the part that I was like, holy shit.
Okay, so how old is he? Let's guess.
No idea.
I'm gonna go.
Guess.
I'm gonna go 8.5. No.
Josh says 8.5.
Most deer usually peak at 7. I'll go with 7.
That's my guess, 7.
So you're saying this is his peak?
I think he's at his peak. I mean,
can you get any bigger?
Yeah, could you imagine?
Can you get any bigger?
Could you imagine a bigger year than that? I'm gonna guess 7 on him, but not knowing anything about him.
I mean, that deer took up an entire truck bed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Looking at the field photos, he's a hog.
Go to that
you can tell.
picture, Kurt, where he's sitting.
Damn.
I mean, he takes up the whole thing. Like,
So I get to the taxidermist and we start,
Hey, I got one question. Did you get laid that night? Did you get laid?
So
did you get laid? Jackie, how good are you as a wife? Did you get laid?
By the time I got home, no.
like that's from the diagonal of the back of the truck all the way over the tail.
Jeez, look at that thing.
It's a freak.
Oh,
I love that.
All right, so give me that score sheet since we're not going to talk through it.
Just
I'll talk
relax.
through the fucking thing. No, we got to get to it.
Anyways, get to the taxidermist. Body is the crazy thing that I didn't realize. Taxidermist measures his neck, and he's like, "So I killed my elk," and he goes, "Lee, your elk was a 30-inch neck. You measure right behind the ears." He said, "This deer is 31 inches.
Bigger than the elk.
Bigger than your elk you shot."
that boy is big.
His neck is bigger than your elk. And just his whole body was just, I mean, chest, shoulders, neck, everything
tank.
was crazy. Like, that's the one thing that I didn't realize,
And then proportionally,
proportionally,
everything just gets bigger.
So in the pictures, we were thinking, as a group, anywhere from like, I'm gonna start throwing numbers because we're gonna get there.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm saying the numbers here. I'm not gonna blast the numbers because he is what he is. I don't give a shit what people think.
Well, they're not. It's not for social media. It's for right.
Right. It's for right now. I was thinking anywhere from 220 to 230.
Yeah.
When I first got the pictures, Kurt, you were what, 236?
238 is what I said.
238.
Yeah.
Our crew, the few people I shared with were like 220 for sure.
Yeah.
But his body was exponentially bigger than we anticipated.
Yeah.
So,
What the fuck is going on? We're doing a podcast. I don't know what.
Close the fucking door, Steve.
Yeah, Steve is here
You
in the
gonna
background.
rethrow those, or you want me to?
You can more than welcome. It's your deer, man.
So get to the studio
I was going to
tonight.
read just left, right side spread abnormals. Yeah.
So I love scores. Antler Rain Man.
I do too.
As you, you do, Bucky?
We got some numbers guys in here.
I like those numbers actually.
Numbers are nice.
But I did not tape this deer because you waited for me on your big one, and I wanted to wait for you on my big one. And also, I didn't want to score him and score him.
I didn't want to touch this deer without Bucky.
Yeah. He got scored the right way one time.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to like cloth tape them rough to just get a quick number
Yeah.
to tell people. Bucky is.
I wanted to do it right.
Bucky.
Make sure
I've been a measurer a long time. Bucky is the measurer. And I thought it would be really fun to measure a deer like this to our crew with Bucky. And Bucky, we had a good fucking time measuring this deer.
So did you guys do it together?
We did it together.
Had a lot of fun.
It was fun. It was a good time.
To twist and turn and
debate a little bit was fun. Not
it
debate
takes a little bit. I mean, you have to measure every time both ways. We found one or two that we had measured both ways, and it's like, oh, he's an 1/8 inch bigger the other way.
Well, like the fun thing is like the baselines took the most time. It's like
it's hard
where to measure this point from. Right. And so like if you look at if you're watching this on Spotify, like Lee, you have to talk if you're holding them up, Lee.
Yes.
But talk about the tape.
So basically the tape is where they put it to then measure baselines to be able to mark a baseline to where to measure from. Because from a scoring standpoint, it's like you'd cut the tine off. That's where you score from. So the white tape indicates extras.
Abnormal points. Non-typical points.
Non-typical points. And the yellow tape is where baselines begin. That's where they mark their baselines. So, and honestly, I wanted the privilege of, Bucky, I've never had you score a deer mine. And I knew you were in town, obviously hunting, and with you and Kurt. I didn't want to put a tape on him and score him way under and start telling a few people or get my hopes up or whatever,
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just waiting for my official OG scorers to score him, to have what he is,
That's what it is.
Is this the biggest deer you've ever scored?
No.
Shit.
But
Just say yes, Bucky.
He's been on the panel.
No, too many. Too many.
He sees big deer.
Bucky's the guy. But it was fun measuring with Bucky because as from a measuring standpoint, I look up to Bucky, everything he does with that. Like he's the guy. Like if I have a question, I FaceTime Bucky.
Yeah.
If I have I don't understand, this call could go either way. I call Bucky's the guy I call. But it was cool. Like obviously Bucky takes the lead on this type of deer, but I'm just like, I'm there to play a part in it a little bit, but it was Bucky's lead. He's the senior measurer. I'm the guy that's like, but sometimes I'm close enough with Bucky. I'll give him a hard time on shit.
It's not complicated once you break it down. I mean, really, he's a 10-point buck.
Yeah,
he's a 10-point buck. That is true. Like once you break it down, he's a 10-point buck. But he's a 10-point buck that just happens to be exceptionally large.
Yeah.
Let's talk about his typical frame first.
Okay, so gross.
This is gross green for all the haters on the world.
Not the 60-day dry time. Gross official by 2 Pope and Young measurers scored.
Pope and Young and Boone and Crockett and a panel measure.
Yep.
So if you want to question it, go ahead.
Yeah, try.
But you're wrong.
Hey, fuck those guys. Let's get back to the score sheet.
Okay, thank you, Devin.
Yes.
Well said, Devin.
Right antler, main frame 5-point side, gross is 82 1/8.
Typical. Clean, typical.
5 points.
Whoa.
Left antler, typical, main frame 5-point side is 81 1/8.
Woof.
It's big.
Damn.
Spread credit is 18 6/8.
Inside, yep.
Inside. So that puts his gross main frame at main frame 10 at 182 0/8. And he had 71 5/8 inches of extras. So
20 inches of double beam.
Yeah, 20. Well, what were they? They were 12 7/8 and 12 2/8.
Is that
20,
even a
25 inches of double
Basically, he had a
beam.
Michigan deer inside.
Yeah.
I think it's not even a thing to have double beams.
No.
You don't see that.
So
just for Lee.
So his overall gross green Pope and Young score is 253 inches and 5/8.
Oh my. Yes. Dude.
Damn.
God.
253.
We've podcasted about some big deer before, but never with a crew member that big. That's going to be one that hangs around for
This
a long
is a
time.
WCB Where's that black belt at? You got that belt?
I
somewhere?
handed
It's over
it
there at the end of the
already.
table.
He handed it to me.
It's over there. Josh, just peek around the end of the table.
Lee,
there.
this buck belongs in the
Austin
studio.
doesn't have it right now.
This
anymore.
isn't. Lee's not
Hang
a guy
on.
we added because of this buck. Lee has been on this
He's
crew.
been- yes.
We have the record to prove it, and Lee is here.
Oh,
Lee
dude,
is
brother.
the fucking man.
Dude,
you
this
can't shoot a 200-inch buck and win because
That-
Lee walked in the house.
I thought I was pretty comfortable at 199. But
that's the thing with our crew. What is
Hold
happening?
on, what was your guess?
We're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The
all
buck
of a
I
sudden.
shot was 199. I thought I'm not going to get dethroned with a 199. And then Lee comes in here like,
You just fucking
Hold my
spikes it.
beer. Hold my.
Here's what baffles me. This is like the fucked up thing about our crew. I love our crew. I want everybody to kill the biggest deer. I want everyone to kill a bigger deer than all of us have ever killed. What's really fucked with this black belt right here, this black, it's like a wrestling belt for people just listening to audio that we had custom made. That's for like actual host team members, like the core crew of WCB. And 2 years in a row, the deer is over 200 inches for that belt.
well, you know what's crazy?
And that's a real bummer.
We got a guy on the team that shot a 188-inch typical that didn't even touch that belt this year.
Todd's buck 189 typical.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of year are you having when a guy with a 188-inch typical doesn't even get to hold that belt?
It's fucked
I have
up,
no idea.
dude.
Just wait.
Crazy.
It's like kind of unfun.
Just wait.
Lee
I love it. No, it's the most fun. That's the best.
So obviously, Bucky is going to push me to enter this deer, obviously, into the record books.
No, I'm not going to push you. I'm going to suggest that you enter that into the record
So,
books with your arm behind your back.
His nets are for
fishing.
I'm not. Don't say that.
Nets are stupid. I'm the
But no. But that's
This
seriously,
deer's
that's important.
net score is insanely impressive.
Say the net is.
his net typical frame is 172 and 4/8. He had 9 and 4/8 inches of deductions, and you add the additionals. He's 244 and an eighth.
Net's 244.
Green. Gross. Or net green.
So of his entire rack, this entire thing, he has 9 inches of deductions.
This is probably the first time in the social media age that I've
Whoever thinks that?
I've ever participated in like the cool component of scoring.
Mm-hmm.
There's zero ego in this room, and it's all about the deer.
Well, I look at it. Yeah, I agree. Like, you give the deer credit. It's not about.
But
the
think
score
about that.
isn't for us. The score is like giving the deer.
Yes.
credit.
It's 1 million.
Damn, dude.
In the end, in the records of all time, Lee Herr buck is it's ginormous.
Yeah.
That thing's insane.
And
Right now, it makes me want to puke.
It
Less
has
than 10
9
inches.
inches of deductions of all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's important. That's why we keep records.
It's cool to hear your passion bleed
And
through right now.
and your kids will be able to read that in the records one day and see that Lee Herr killed that buck in 2025
ORC.
because
Opa's shooting star.
of a shooting star. Hey, whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, it's.
But if you don't record that, it never happened.
Right. Don't worry, Bucky. I'll enter him. Don't
Damn
worry.
it. I will wrestle you. Or what's his name is going to beat you in a cage
Jacob
match.
Johnson.
Jacob Johnson.
Dude, the deer is insane. The trail camera pictures were insane, but to look at him in person and to see the double beams, the turn down on the left beam, the mass,
The turn up on the right beam, on the turn down on the left beam is crazy.
He's got so many things that you can't appreciate until you see him in person. But he's a legit 250 plus inch Iowa whitetail fucking giant, dude.
Our friends will
Vertical
never,
bow kill. Vertical bow kill.
our friends will never be able to appreciate an animal taken like that in our lifetime.
No.
It's a legend.
I
feel
can't
like,
wait.
I feel like we're witnessing
Lee
a
Herr,
legend.
the
right
Lee
now.
Herr
Like,
buck.
real.
the deer is a legend.
Listen, this what I'm about to say means it probably does mean something to our hardcore listeners, but if it doesn't, that's fine because what we're looking at, the moment we're having right now in this room with this buck skull capped, this fresh, a few days after killing it, this moment is something that we, as a crew, put so much energy into that I think people don't understand. It seems weird to like get emotional over a deer this big, right? Like it seems weird, like the killing of an animal this like, but people that listen get it. But like this to our crew is, you can't really like talk about it. I don't know how to like.
It's the deer that we all dream about. Like you dream at night about things like this coming through the timber at you.
Yeah, this is what you're sitting out there for. This is what like when you were a
the
kid.
Jordan moment.
Yeah, like it is. This is like it's hard to grasp it, man. And I'm just like so proud of like our crew. Like I genuinely love my friends, and I just like. When you walked into the studio with this deer, I teared up, and I tried to fucking shove it deep down and didn't bring it up.
Dude,
I don't know if you caught it or not
did.
initially, but it's genuine, man, and it's just if anybody wants to discredit what we do, we drink beer, we have fun, we cuss, we're reckless, right? We're unhinged. But there's one thing no one can ever tell us, say that we don't truly love deer hunting, that we're not serious about deer hunting. That's fine if they want to say it, but when we throw it up and we rep for what we do and what we care about when it comes to chasing whitetails, I really truly believe we've proved ourselves to be undeniable. Yeah. And if anybody wants to question that, that's hilarious. And I'm okay if they want to question it now at this point. Like we care about this stuff more. Like it's become a joke with our crew when we have people that come in that are not as serious. It's like, oh yeah, we almost have mental disabilities with how much we love this. To where if you don't love it as much as us, you're looking at us going, them dudes got something weird going on with their thought process. And
but for us, it's just we all jive. It's not weird to us, we're all on the same page.
That's why we're so close, man. It's just like.
But dude, I told you this earlier. The season that we're having now is going to be the season that we talk about 20 years from now.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way, and it's only November 7th. There's no way we can replicate what we've already done this year between all the members on the crew. It's insane, the quality of not only the antler size, but the body size of the deer that we're seeing this year. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. It's so crazy.
Yeah. It's special. We're very happy for you, Lee.
Very.
I appreciate it.
It's
Lee,
special.
what?
It's
Lee killed a legend.
It doesn't feel.
It won't feel real ever.
It hasn't hit me yet. Like it's been such an emotional roller coaster from even basically when my all day sit started. It's just been such a grind, and I hate that term, but this is the first time I've like really grinded, for a deer. The all day sitting and then making the bad shot. It's just been, and the talking to my Opa, like I thought about that whole next night, like forever. I'm like, good God, you gave it to me on a silver platter, and I might have fucked it up, by not shooting him right. But just the grind of, it's been an emotional RC, roller coaster the whole fucking season. And I'm just so grateful that I have such a crazy support system of friends and family and everything, from Josh and even, Paul, who I met fucking a month ago. Who
I don't think there was anybody happier for you than Paul.
Paul,
he ran.
Dude, when they came to take pictures, we were all pretty hungry, so we were going to go to lunch. There's a Mexican restaurant in town, and he parked in front of my house, walked to the Mexican restaurant, which is like a couple 100 yards around the block, and then the Mexican restaurant was closed. And we go, Paul! And he saw me, and he just sprinted our way because he knew what was in the back of the truck, Just the support system from, my wife, my kids, they don't truly understand it, obviously yet, but they were both like, oh God, that thing's big.
You killed
to my
Lee
dad,
Herbuck, dude.
My dad who took a day off of work to come up and go on the track with me, to obviously the gratitude of the landowner for allowing me to hunt, and you guys and you and Bucky. Sorry, I'm being soft as fuck, but
it's fine. We talked about when you went to the bathroom. Not everybody gets the experience the community.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
And we have the best one.
Well,
Your whole
and outside of this crew, so I posted on Facebook. You know, I was gonna let it soak for a while, but I had gotten a few phone calls of the rumor mill starting. You know, and I called Kurt and I'm like, I'm gonna post it like right now just to get ahead of all the rumor mill because of, you know, the conversation with the CO. Like the amount of people that I've had reach out to me, and I don't think anybody realizes how big it truly is. A lot of the numbers that people have thrown at me are 210 to 220.
Shitty photo.
Dude.
No, I just picked the
I want to
shitty
say
photo.
that the photos you took are probably my favorite trophy photos of all time of any deer that I've ever seen. Like, you fucking killed it, dude.
If you go to the
It's
next
insane.
photo on this scene, it's probably my favorite.
The one that you posted today with the head on, I just love that picture.
Still in the truck.
The one of me and my dad.
That's probably my favorite
That's
photo
cool.
I'll ever take.
Balls.
You know what?
It doesn't get much better than that.
Look at that neck beard. Shit.
Love a good neck beard. It's just insane, man. You know, it's like we had our numbers guessing, and
Everybody was underneath him.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, they don't know the stature of this deer, like, and we weren't for sure.
Even here in the studio,
Yeah, we were all under him.
Dana Pace's daughter was the closest, and she was an inch off.
Yeah, when you pull over a 28-inch main beam, you're dealing with a fucking deer.
71 inches of non-typicals.
Yeah, that's the thing.
5.
Here's the thing.
That's
There's
a
going to
big
be
number.
someone that doubts your score, and that's fine. Let them doubt it. You know?
Go to the deer class.
I pulled a tape, and I'm certain that that's the right tape.
I'm very confident in our measurements on that because we did it together and we did it diligently.
Yeah.
And
Well, what's cool, Lee, is your whole family, your immediate family embraces big deer. Like
Yeah, we have my
your
whole
dad,
life,
your
you know.
both your sisters.
Yeah, so my dad's biggest deer is 182. My oldest sister's biggest deer is 184. My middle sister's biggest deer is 178 or something like that.
They're
So,
no
like,
stranger to big deer. Your whole family appreciates big deer. So how special
how many sisters you got?
Two.
to kill
They're
something?
married?
Yes, both of them are now. Yeah, sorry.
Don't go down that road.
How
Thought the people
special
would
to
ask that.
kill something of
He's
this
not good at that.
caliber and to have your whole family really realize what you've done. You know, that's really cool.
Even so, my mom does not hunt, never has. But even her, like when I called her and I was like, and I sent her a quick camera photo. Like I didn't post photos of this deer until today. Like
You wouldn't even send me photos, which I don't blame you. But
I
that's okay.
didn't want it spreading like wildfire. You know.
I was like, dude, I'll treat them like nudes.
Dude, I had 7 different people wanting pictures.
Show my
of this
friends,
thing.
but
I'm
I
like,
won't send them
haven't even
anywhere.
got one yet.
Yeah. I just the whole CYA thing.
Yeah,
You know.
I understand, dude.
So yeah, even my mom was like, "Holy shit!" And she doesn't, you know. So like the first people that I told, and it was my dad when we found him, was my sisters, you know, and they fucking started crying, and I was like, "God damn it, quit it!"
All this emotion around me.
You know. So it's just so surreal, and like I said, the support from not only the WCB community but the hunting community, like from posting this deer, is just. There's been like 1 or 2 negative comments. One was a fucking dog
guy.
profile picture having
Dog
another
fucker.
fucker that was
Yeah.
like, "You." What did he say?
Yeah, a vegan with a cat.
Yeah,
What are you
what-
feeding your cat? Lettuce? I
What
think
did
it's
he
going to have
say?
liver failure in 2 days. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Anyways, and then there was one
That's my
other guy
favorite.
that was
Vegans
like,
with cats.
that was like, "How much you pay?" And there was
a
several,
lot of kindness.
several people that I grew up with and know from back home and everything that were like, "You're like," they jumped down his fucking throat and were like, "You're a dipshit." Like if there's, and you know, this, I'm repeating what they said. I feel weird saying this,
We'll
but they're
speak
like,
for you. If there's anybody that deserves it, it's you.
right. If
Yeah,
there's
dude, I'm going to
anybody
get on
that's
there
worked harder
and just call everybody a pussy, like back to back.
or cares more about it or works harder, it's him. He didn't fucking pay for it. He paid in blood, sweat, and tears.
Yep.
You know? And just the support, like I said, from my best friends to to my family, to the WCB community, to even the hunting community of people I don't know.
Social media sucks in a lot of ways, but it is.
It also
It's pretty cool on other
great.
times.
It's just so surreal. It hasn't hit me yet, and honestly, I don't know if or when it ever fucking will.
It won't.
It's going to hit you when you're at the Albert Classic and a little boy comes up to you and says, if you can do it, I can do it. Because you were once him.
Yeah.
And, well, now you're you. That sucked because you'll never be able to top this. But
Yeah.
Now you're you.
So you hear that a lot. You'll never top that buck, and then you go out and you top that buck. But this, you probably won't top this.
So
one.
Kurt and I, we were talking yesterday,
Just
and
fucking
like,
build them up and just like, yeah, it'll never happen.
That's a 253.
Yeah, but Lee,
You
you
ain't
know,
fucking
if anyone's
topping
gonna do it, Lee, it's not you. It's that big. You're not gonna do it.
The chances are not very good you're going to top that.
I felt like we said that about Junk Brown not
We
that
did.
long ago.
Yeah,
but
there's only
Junk
Lee
Brown was-
stuck
when you're
in
talking about
200.
200 or 210, that's a toppable deer. 253,
yeah.
Yeah, you saying there's a
not so
chance
much.
with me?
So actually, so like thinking back, I did say that about Junk Brow. Like I don't know that how there's a way. You know, fucking 204, just beautiful, big. Like I don't know how there's a way.
Yeah.
And on that podcast, this is another like I feel kind of douchebaggy saying this, but you're like, yeah, but if it's gonna happen to anybody, it's you. And
Gay
like
fucker like you.
it happened, and I can't believe it. And I was talking on the phone to you yesterday, and you, what the fuck did you say when we were talking about it?
I'm so dumb. I don't remember.
Oh, you're like, God, I feel bad for Junk Brow.
Oh yeah. Poor Junk Brow up there.
200 inches.
Yeah,
And I'm
it's
like,
like,
dude,
oh,
he's not forgotten. You know,
They just blew past him by fucking
49 inches.
yeah, 49 inches. No big deal.
You can dedicate time into a lot of things in life. And Lee is, I mean, I'm obviously biased. It's interesting. Like I've disliked Lee more years in my life than I've liked him, and I think he could say this.
Hey, we get it, brother.
You're not wrong.
No, it's just a funny.
I mean, I like you, but I can see how a lot of people dislike you. You know what I mean?
Bucky, you don't have anything smart to say at this point?
I do. I have a whole bunch of things to say.
Bucky's just holding out like a gentleman.
I have been, but are we doing roundtable? Because
Well,
I can say
we're
that
about there.
The
We're about the whole
underage.
bunch.
I tried getting into a bar underage in Ames, Iowa, and that was when I rekindled my.
Lee didn't invite you back to his house.
No, he.
God damn it.
No, he.
Stop it. We went this whole fucking podcast without this shit.
Oh, you're underage? Come back to my place. I'll let you in tomorrow.
He said no.
Oh.
He said no. I know how old you are. Get out of here.
Oh.
And I was like, all right. Still fuck that guy. And that was when our friendship restarted.
It really did.
Okay.
And I was 20 years old, and deer hunting really quickly just reconnected us. And I've got to see some incredible things, you know, not necessarily as a deer hunter, but as through a lens or whatever it is. It's the greatest gift of my career. And yet, time and time again, at the very top, is one of my best friends today. And this is the biggest deer I've ever seen on the ground. And I'm very thankful that you let us be a part of it, let Joy be a part of it. And I'm just really happy for you.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah. Never a doubt.
It's special. Dude. By the way, we got to get you and Joy in for a joint podcast.
Dude, November 5th was crazy.
It was a crazy couple of days.
You were the only person. Oh, that's not true. You and Gavin. So in my interview right before I killed my deer, I said, because I called you, I texted you, I called Gavin, and I called Corey, or I texted Corey, and I said, it's killing day. You killed, I killed, Corey killed. Corey's from Latitude. He's a great dude.
Yeah, I know Corey.
And then you killed the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like 20 years from now, I will never remember that I even killed a deer. My girlfriend killed her first deer with a bow. One of my best friends killed the biggest deer we'll ever see. And that's just what the hunting community is about.
It's special. Yep. We'll round table out. I'll just say my piece first. It's awkward when I get back to it because I got one thing to say at the end. You know, we all know what that is. But, dude, I'm so fucking stoked for you. Like, I'm so fucking happy that you got this deer, dude. Like, I feel like I got this deer. I'm excited to have this deer around forever. I'm excited to get this deer replicated. I'm excited to see this deer on the next Kill Bottle whiskey label. If that happens, I'm sure it will.
Dude, let's do a Hunter Box Club t-shirt with this
All right,
buck.
we'll do a WCB Lee Herbuck collab.
Let's do a T-shirt.
Okay,
you want to do that?
Sure.
We'll do it. We got your without a doubt, your name's going to be embroidered on the back of that belt, which is a fun camp thing. It means nothing to anybody else. It's fun for us.
Sorry, Austin.
I don't think anybody's going to top that this year.
No. It's like, it's just everything about what we're doing is so fun, and I'm so happy for you. Like, I really am, dude. And I love you. I really do. And I love all my friends. I'll tell all my friends that shit. I don't care. Like, all my friends, like, I'm fine with that stuff, you know? And I mean it, you know? And I'm stoked for you, brother. I think it's just amazing. I don't know how it gets better.
I appreciate it, man. It's crazy. The like you said, the deer hunt. If it wasn't for deer, I wouldn't know you. I'd know you. I'd probably still hate you. I wouldn't know you. I wouldn't know you. I wouldn't know you. I wouldn't know the 25 people or 20 people that were here tonight. I wouldn't know any of you.
Celebrating this deer.
Celebrating this deer. That Oh shit.
We'll fix it later. We'll invoice you.
You know, I
get it.
Blessed. You know,
it's awesome. Devin, you're in here, and you look great, by the way.
Damn, I didn't realize what a legend this deer is, dude. Like, we're on the podcast talking about it.
Yeah, Devin's you're a mule deer guy. You're in a whitetail world.
And I'm just looking at it. The more we talk, I'm like, damn, we're doing a podcast with a legend. Like back west, there's Popeye. There's like all these legends when I was a kid growing up, like all these deer.
Mule deer legends.
And your story to me, dude, brought me back to like the mule deer. Yeah. So, dude, congrats. And now for the listeners, I'm going to tell you guys one thing I've been looking at because this is fucking crazy. What are you doing?
I figured the buck down was coming.
Oh. Buck down, boy! All right, the mass. The fucking mass. Tell me. Okay, see where your tag is at?
Yeah.
The mass.
That'd be H2.
I don't even know what it is, but it's fucking massive. And then you got that, like...
This one right here.
Yeah,
on the
right
on the right side.
5 and 4/8.
Number
right
3
here,
on
right
the
here.
right.
Right where the tag.
Yep. H2.
Like, this is
Yep.
mass.
I think this
Like,
one's
look at this
bigger.
mass right here.
So that's 5 and 4/8 where you're talking. This H3 on the right side
like a 7.
is 6 and 4/8.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, so now the other thing I want to point out about the buck is right where the tape is right there. What would you guys call that? Like to me, I'm going to call it a spoon, a bowl. It's like... It looks like this.
We're doing shots out of that.
It's like cupped. It's like where all the points meet right above the G1. It's like a cup to the
It's
beat.
the eye guards, okay?
Yeah,
Let's talk about the eye guards.
Yep.
So there's 1, 2, 3 eye guards, and then there's the split main beam. And between all of those, if you're looking straight down to the mule deer's forehead, that's the whitetail, by the way. You can see like the spoon. And
That's
a
the
bowl.
antler goblet.
I'm telling you, the mass on this deer. Okay, all I'm trying to say is
Like
the
a
mass
cereal
on
bowl.
this deer is unreal, and the character. And it comes down to it, character beats score every day, and this deer has both.
He's got
He
both.
has the fucking score, and he's got the character.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, and I love that you're here when this is because you get to see a whitetail like this. It's like,
fuck.
It just kicks you in
That's
the
as good
nuts.
as it gets, man.
Right
That's
in the
as good as
sack.
it gets.
Hey, Devin, I got a question. Do I
Yeah.
need to get fake teeth and grow the top of my hair out, or?
I would do all the above. Actually, I would do none of that and just keep killing big bucks.
I'm just kidding.
You're doing just
How
fine.
about I'll trade you whatever you just said for a big buck?
I'm just kidding.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'm fucking with you.
All right, where are we going next? All right, Devin said his piece. Lee, you got to go last. Josh,
I mean, I think I said
you
it
kind of
most.
already did. Yeah.
I'm just happy to be your friend, man. You know, you were chasing a deer of a lifetime early on, and it developed into this. And you know, I'm just happy to get to watch from afar. Sitting here, right here in this seat, takes me back, unfortunately, 4 years ago when you reminded me of that. That's kind of crazy.
It was 4 years.
Yeah, we know Lee because of you, for the record.
To that day, you know, like for whatever reason, I just remember sitting in the office in Osceola, Iowa, talking to Kurt. I'm like, man, you got to meet this dude. You had the season of a lifetime. You were doing the deer cast.
I was doing
working class
on deer
cast.
cast, and you're like, man, I need some people to talk about big bucks. I'm like, I got a guy. He's a great dude. You guys would hit it off.
People that don't say the F word.
Yeah,
For that series. It was a clean WCB series.
You know, back then I was just really happy to showcase for Lee who he is, what he does, his process. And then to, 700 sitting there was probably the time that I realized like how cool of a moment that was, that you two and this whole group got to meet somebody special to me. And sitting here today is just like the holy shit moment.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'm happy to have got to hang out with you yesterday and see him on the ground and capture photos that I hope mean a lot to you for a long time.
They will.
The camera selfishly has given me so many experiences that I never expected, but to be able to take that and, in the same way you scored, like just hearing your passion bleed through with that. It's like, for me, that's pictures or video or whatever it is. It's like because he was pissed at me yesterday. Let's call it for what it is. He's like, dude, are you done? I'm like, no.
I wasn't pissed at you, but my arms were fucking tired.
Taking pictures or what?
Yeah. In your defense, that's a heavy deer to hold up.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's a lot of bone.
And I'm very honored. Seriously. I mean, like, there are thousands and thousands of people, millions of people that love to hunt, and they will never see an animal like this. And to be a part of this table with all of you guys.
Hey, does anybody else think that Josh could be a preacher?
No.
Like, I feel like...
No.
You're trying to get him on the FLDS.
With Lee. It's only
Hold
with
on.
Lee.
Does
Colt
hey, this is good, by the way.
I see what's going on here. This is orchestrated.
No, stop.
If Devin and Lee get combined, how many wives do you have, Devin?
Not enough. Not enough.
Apparently.
Lee's one of my best friends.
Watch your back, Josh.
And yeah, well, it's okay.
Hey, I'll join.
Dude, whatever Kool-Aid you're serving, I'm drinking.
Yeah, I'll drink it. Dude,
we got that cult going on, buddy.
If you put it into Jello shots, I'd suck them all down. I'll do
it right now.
I'll do it. If that's what this comes with, big deer like this, I'll join your cult.
The next best moment that I'm excited for is not your next big deer, but in a few years, your son's going to be hunting, if I had to guess. And, watching yesterday, it's just crazy. Jensen's in that phase of life, right, where he just changes every time I see him. Mm-hmm. And I think we're very close to the moment where those photos of you and Chris will soon morph into the next phase, and I'm very happy for you, man. So
it's fucking awesome.
Amen.
Buggy, thanks for being here and measuring this deer, dude.
Sacrifices we make. No, I'm serious. My wife's blowing up my phone because she's like, "Where in the hell are you?" My son's going down to our cabin, and he's ahead of time, and he's there, and
he's a big boy. Was he dying?
First time he's there.
He'll be just fine.
But you know what?
Jake, don't be scared of the dark, brother. Turn your lights on.
No, he's a good dude. But sacrifices we make to, like my family does for me to measure stuff like this.
Yeah.
That's you know what? It's not compromised. To be able to see a deer like this, dude, you don't get to measure a lot of these, all right? I do. In like a big arena of like Boone Crockett, Popignan. This will definitely, I assure you that I think it would make Popignan panel. I really think you should enter that into Popignan because it pays attention or gratitude towards the area that grew that animal. It's not about you.
Right.
It's about the area that grew that animal, that sustained an animal like that could have 6-inch bases and 253, 254 inches. Good grief. Because it might not do that in 10 years. Maybe it will. Mm-hmm. But we don't know.
Okay, that's a good question. So is there going to be a bigger buck killed this year? So you killed it in Iowa. But what about Illinois? You combine those two states together? Is it going to happen?
This is fucked up to say, but yeah, there will
possible.
be.
Oh, really?
Very possible.
Yeah, more than likely.
My honest
I say
opinion,
no.
There will be.
I'm going to say no.
Looking at across the United States, I think this deer is going to
not many.
Is going to land in the top 3 or 4. I think
this deer will be, in my opinion, Popignan top 10, taken the next 3-year recording period.
Yeah,
in the next 3 years.
I think that
real vertical bow, Pope and Young.
Yeah.
after 60 days, when we measure it again and we enter it, it'll go to Pope and Young panel.
How many deer do you think, like Devin's question, between Iowa and Illinois will get killed bigger than a bow? I think maybe one,
Maybe
or two,
one.
With the bow?
one or two with a bow.
With a bow.
One or two,
I say 0. I guarantee you, Lee's got it. Mark my words.
Well,
I love that.
Yeah,
Lee is going to kill. Already has. He's going to hold the record this year.
I think there's a really strong chance, but it's just sometimes freakazoids come out. It's not that I'm
But-
discrediting, but we know what the reality is of
If you
it.
don't record it,
I'll
in
bet
10 years, when your kids are little, and in 10 years when they're going through the record books and they can show their other kids, hey, this is my dad.
Well, in a
Because
season, 3 to
it-
5 deer get killed like this, maybe.
Once it's off the wall, it doesn't mean shit to anybody else.
Well,
It only means something to you.
That's what's insane when you think about it. Across the United States, we're living in the cream of the crop, right where we need to be.
For sure.
And this deer will probably finish in the top 3 or 4 or 5 in the entire country this year.
Yeah.
Think of the thousands of bucks that are running around the United States right now, and this deer is going to land in the top 5.
With
Dude,
one arrow,
it's
Lee,
insane to think about.
with one arrow, Lee, you made the Illinois, the Iowa State records, Pope and Young records, and Boone and Crockett.
One arrow and a lot of shit behind that.
All in one arrow. That's Boone and Crockett all day.
It's pretty awesome, dude.
So he makes it.
Nope. Growing up as a kid, you look through the legendary whitetails books and the caliber of deer that are
And
in
you
those
just
books.
did it, Lee.
And we're looking at one right here, dude.
With one arrow.
That's for real.
Damn. A legend.
Well,
A marginally shot arrow.
hey, you know what? That doesn't matter. You know what? He's staying here dead.
Welcome to the Boone and Crockett Club.
All right.
Pope and Young.
I think that's the best way to close this episode is this right here.
Yep.
Lee, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you guys all for doing this. It's the best time of year right now. It's a special moment, special podcast. We had a lot of fun on it. We went pretty long, which I love.
How long is it?
Over 3 hours.
Holy fuck.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
It's time to go. We're out of time. We're out of time.
Sorry, everybody.
An hour and a half ago. That's okay, though. That's what it's about. I love you, Lee. And I'm so happy for you.
I love you too, brother.
And I
Lee, I love you too.
I love all you guys.
Love you too, Bucky. As much shit as you give me, I love you.
I don't.
There'll be a lot of
Jacob
follow-up
Johnson
conversation.
should not kick your ass over this deer.
Yeah, no shit. This buck will be a legend in the WCB family forever.
Ever.
And I can't wait. And we're going to talk about this more and more and more. And it'll be like more details will come out, just the psychology of it and the fun stories and all that will come out in the future here. We have a lot of kill podcasts record yet and a lot of fun hunting camp podcasts record here. And hopefully they just keep rolling. And we're going to do some bookings. I'm going to get ready to do like the next quarter of bookings here. We're going to reach out to some new people, get some fun stuff with WCB. So thank you guys, everybody, for listening, tuning in on Spotify, watching, all that stuff. We appreciate you so much, and we appreciate the support of the Unhinged series that's on YouTube. That's like the best YouTube stuff we've ever done. We're looking forward to growing that more. So
yeah, sorry everybody, I didn't film this.
yeah, I fucked up on my buck too.
I was too ingrained on trying to get him killed to mess with the camera. I
You know what?
apologize, everybody.
And the reality is of it, if Jordan's not with me, and not a lot's getting filmed. But anyway, that's
cover your ears.
Yeah,
Josh.
shut up, Josh. Look away. You know what? I got an idea. Go shoot your bow. We love you. We'll see you next week. Thanks for the support. Peace.